You're looking at Reunion Arena in downtown Dallas, Texas, site of tonight's Continental Indoor Soccer League Game of the Week. It is the Eastern Division Final, Game 1 between the Washington Warthogs and the home team, the Dallas Sidekicks. Hello everyone, I'm Dave Johnson, along with my broadcast partner, Desmond Armstrong, and welcome to the Continental Indoor Soccer League Game of the Week as the playoffs continue. Now remember, the Dallas Sidekicks dominated the regular season. In fact, suffered only one loss at home during the regular season. So as we talk about the Eastern Division Finals, Desmond, the Washington Warthogs cannot be intimidated by playing here at Reunion Arena.
Yeah, Washington has to come in here with a lot of confidence. Having won the games down in Monterrey in Mexico, they're coming in with some confidence, but they come out here and come out fast and furious on top.
That's one thing Washington does have is speed, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. Now, we've added someone to our broadcast team this week. He is Craig Way. And Craig, what are some of your observations for tonight's contest?
Well, fellas, one thing I've noticed, and I've had an opportunity to visit with a couple of members of both teams, is that if the Washington Warthogs are to be intimidated tonight, they're certainly not showing it right now. Very loose, very confident, coming off winning on the road at Monterrey to get to this Eastern Division Final Series with the Sidekicks. Dallas, on the other hand, maybe a little bit tight. They look tense, or at least certainly very focused as they get ready for Game 1. Gentlemen?
All right, thanks, Craig. And indeed, Craig Way has the best seat in the house here at Reunion Arena. We're going to be talking with him throughout tonight's broadcast of the Continental Indoor Soccer League Eastern Division Final between the Dallas Sidekicks and Washington Warthogs. You look at the playoff picture, how did we get here? Took Washington 3 games. They got by Monterrey. Dallas had a rather easy time with the Pittsburgh Stingers. In the Western Division, the Western Division Final is now also set. That's between Las Vegas and Anaheim. Anaheim got by Sacramento in 3 games, and Las Vegas got by San Diego in 3 games, 2 of which went to overtime. All right, Desmond, let's talk more about tonight's game, this CISL Eastern Division Final between the Dallas Sidekicks and the Washington Warthogs. We'll start by taking a look at some of the Warthogs players we really are going to be concentrating on tonight, and you've got to start with Dante Washington. This guy acquired mid-season and really electrified this club. He brings them speed.
Once he got a hold of the game, he started to really come on fire. He's a very strong player and a very fast player, so you're going to have to use his speed and his strength.
All right, also for the Washington Warthogs, he was not active last week in our Game of the Week, but when he's active, the Warthogs are successful.
Yeah, Goran's a scoring machine. He has to get the ball. He has to step up and want the ball as the leader of the team and score some goals for his team.
All right, let's talk about the defending champion at Dallas Sidekicks. And, of course, I think you know when we're talking about the Dallas Sidekicks, we start with the fantastic one, Tattoo.
Tattoo. There's nothing else you can say about him except for score, score, score. And that's what he's going to be doing tonight.
And he has veteran help. Second in command is David Doyle. What a guy to have on the same line.
Yeah, when Tattoo's in a slump, David steps up. He's a good addition to the front line, scoring goals, and those two combining for goals and assists, they lead the team forward.
All right, let's talk about the goalkeepers who will be kept active tonight for the Washington Warthogs. David Tenney also kind of started at mid-season, and he is coming on strong as well.
He's a quiet guy, not very boastful, but when he gets involved, he's there and he's ready to play.
All right, and when you're talking about experience of the Sidekicks, again, another experienced player in Joe Papaleo.
Joe has a world of experience, and he knows how to lead his defense. He's going to be ready for every shot that comes off the wall. He's going to be poised, ready to hold on to the ball also.
All right, I think we're ready for every shot that comes off the wall. We're coming back with the starting lineups. After this, it's the Continental Indoor Soccer League Game of the Week on Prime. The Continental Indoor Soccer League Game of the Week on Prime is brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. When you're thirsty, it's gotta be Gatorade. And by the new Volkswagen Jetta.
Time, it seems, has a short attention span. Your shoes wear out before you've broken them in. Your favorite restaurant changes themes as soon as you learn to like sushi. But the new Jetta, like all 94 Volkswagen cars, has the longest limited powertrain warranty of any car maker. You can count on it for 10 years. And as you probably noticed, a lot can happen in 10 years.
You're watching HSE, the best team on TV.
Mr. Armstrong, I think that it's important for Washington to worry about the defense. The key matchup is Troy Snyder against Tattoo. If he can contain him and deny him shots early on, they stand to do a good job here tonight. Going to the next point, Goran getting some goals, getting started, getting the ball to his feet, shooting a lot, and really stepping up and has some leadership. And last point, Can Dallas contain Washington's speed?
All right, let's get to the starting lineup for the Washington Warthogs. You just mentioned Gordon Hunyak. It's Gordon Hunyak, Eric Eichmann, and Dante Washington up front. Troy Snyder, Manny Motaho at the back, and David Teddy in goal. And for the Dallas Sidekicks, Nick Stavro, Tattoo, David Doyle at the back, Eric Zade, and Mike Powers. Joe Papaleo is your goalkeeper. Your officials tonight, Raul Dominguez, who we ran into in the airport, Herb Silva, and Colby Jones. Not Kobe Jones, the national team player, but Colby Jones. Dave Johnson, Desmond Armstrong. It's playoff intensity. This man knows all about playoffs. Helped lead the Sidekicks to the Continental Indoor Soccer League title last season. Also a major Indoor Soccer League title to his credit in this city of Dallas. The Sidekicks in the home purple, the Washington Warthogs in the road Warthog green. Gordon Hunyak immediately on the ball, tries to get around Tattoo. Nick Stavro into the fray. We have a whistle, and it'll be a free kick coming up for the Dallas Sidekicks. We're underway, Desmond Armstrong. Indeed, interesting situation here. The Dallas Sidekicks suffered only 4 losses in the regular season, but one of them to the Washington Warthogs.
Yeah, Washington believes they can beat them here. The last game that they won was at the U.S. Air Arena in Washington, D.C., but they think they're going to be able to come out here and get a win.
We just saw a matchup to watch as Dante Washington sweeps the size 4 ball out of the defensive third, and it will be a kick-in coming up for the Dallas Sidekicks. Kick-in for the Sidekicks. Again, the teams, Washington Warthogs finished in 4th in the Eastern Division. The Dallas Sidekicks, David Doyle. Doyle gets free, gets a shot on. Nick Stavro running on turn. Eric Eichmann bumps him with Stavro. The Tattoo. David Teddy down, loose ball! And Teddy is able to smother it.
Yeah, that was a close moment right there. Some of the players lost their marks. The ball bounces in the penalty area, and then Tattoo gets a foot on it.
So kick-in coming up for the Dallas Sidekicks. Long ball by Eric Dade, played up to Tattoo. There's Troy Snyder in the green on him. Tattoo looking for the turn. Tattoo the back heel now. David Doyle.
That's one thing Washington has to worry about. Once Troy matches up to Tattoo, it's Doyle that's going to step forward and be free, possibly get some shots on goal.
Dev Reeves knocks it back to Joe Papaleo. If you're new to indoor soccer, it is high-scoring end-to-end substitutions like hockey, as David Teddy takes the high ball off the top of the dasher board. There are penalties, which could result in power play. So a little of everything. Average score, 14 goals a game in the Continental Indoor Soccer League. 4 15-minute quarters. We're in quarter number 1. As Eric Day shut down Denison Cabral. And Washington in the green. Gordon Hunyak, 3 defenders on him. And now the Dallas Sidekicks. The Sidekicks try to counterattack. The Sidekicks, Curtis Partain with the shot. But David Teddy with the save.
Teddy's doing very well to be in position to catch that ball and then go towards the offense.
Washington under pressure in the green. Cabral, nice square ball back to Joe Cozio, who has to bring it out of the penalty arch. The penalty arch is the area in which the goalkeeper can use his hand.
Dallas looking like the team that's really fired up to come out here and try to get a goal early on. Putting a lot of pressure on Washington, winning the ball, and then moving forward.
Dave Reichard on the ball for the Dallas Sidekicks, one of their quicker players. Looking for Gianpaolo Pedroso. Pedroso takes the ricochet. He got kicked down. Half volley. It's into the seats. Mike Powers. It will be a throw-in coming up for the Washington Warthogs. Look at Gianpaolo Pedroso. Got kicked in the shins. Look at Pedroso here.
Ball bounces up, a fair challenge. Oh, he gets clipped right on the top of his groin.
But here Mike Powers came in with a half volley shot. Skims over Cabral's head. And it'll go to Joe Papaleo, the Dallas goalkeeper. Again, the other Western Division, it's Las Vegas and Anaheim. Washington, Dallas, the winner meets in the final. Curtis Partain. Back to Mike Powers. Now Partain along the left wing board. Powers. John Hudlund again. Dallas in the purple. Potpourri of colors out there tonight. There's no home white here.
Very colorful, very colorful.
Mike Powers to David Doyle. Doyle, nice move to deep around Joe Cozio. But then Cozio gets back on defense, spinning around. Cozio is able to sweep it away. Cozio, an offensive player who Jim Gabera is playing at the back for the Warthogs.
Well, he's a very versatile player. He can play up and he can play back. And like we said many times about Joe Cozio, that you want him on the field because he's going to give you his full effort.
We're at Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas. A 3-line violation. And it'll be a free kick for the Washington Warthogs. That's to Hunyak quickly, and it rattles off the glass. Stavro. Nick Stavro clears it out. And now David Teddy will have it for the Washington Warthogs.
That was the first real attempt that Washington had on goal. Hunyak takes a quick free kick, trying to catch the goalkeeper off guard.
Rod Young now for the Warthogs. Eric Eichmann, long shot. Papaleo punches it away.
Not a bad attempt from long range. Now it looks like Washington's starting to get into the rhythm and starting to get a little more offensive.
Eichmann, a former national team player. Gordon Hunyak, they put it back to Troy Snyder. For Eichmann, thigh trap. Nice ball to control it. Tattoo now into the fray on defense. Tattoo trying to work up the boards. Tattoo shadowed by Gordon Hunyak. David Doyle, here comes that Dallas Sidekicks attack. Look at that ball control on Doyle's part. Eichmann intervenes on a pass intended for Nick Stavro. That would have been a Stavro one-on-one situation.
Most definitely a great read by Eichmann to get in there and into the seams and win the ball on an interception.
Eric Dade gets back for Dallas, and he'll put it back for Joe Papaleo. 10:50 left in the first quarter. Papaleo under pressure is able to clear it out. Rod Young chest straps it down to Eric Eichmann. Dallas, Curtis Partain intervenes, and now Tattoo. Tattoo, the shot, it's blocked by Troy Snyder.
Good read by Troy. He held off of him for a little while and looked for the shot and blocked it.
Counterattack, getting back Dave Reichart, but it'll go to Joe Papaleo. Good crowd on hand here tonight at Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas. They love their indoor soccer here in Texas. Of course, this is a football area, but they've taken to indoor soccer. Tattoo gets free. Tattoo. David Teddy. Let's see if the whistle indeed. Foul in the penalty arch.
This is another reason why Tattoo is so dangerous. The ball bounces off of the wall, as we're about to see. It comes off the wall here, flips into the middle, right across the goal mouth. Tattoo gets on the end of it right here, and Tenney gets caught out of position. He clips him, and it's a penalty shot.
So Tattoo electrifies the crowd here at Reunion Arena, as he often does. And they're going to get on their feet. Here at Reunion Arena, they're on their feet for the penalty shot by Tattoo. So a shootout for Tattoo. No score. Tattoo showed his experience waiting for the ricochet off the board.
Yeah, he didn't chase the ball into the corner. He waited for it to come off the wall. He knew it was going to bounce square into the middle, got on the end of it, and as you see, he got clipped, and now he has a penalty shot opportunity.
He doesn't miss often, and in the playoffs, in fact, he's one-on-one. So it's one-on-one, speaking of which. David Teddy, the goalkeeper for the Washington Warthogs. The anxious moments, the crowd standing, waiting for the referee's whistle. Here comes Tattoo, fires a shot into the net!
Yeah, he looks pumped up, doesn't he? He looks fired up.
And here goes the jersey! Into the seats it goes.
Here's the one-on-one situation. Tattoo waits for the keeper, and then he plays it into the corner. Well placed. Tenney tries to come out and cut off an angle. He's square in the middle of the goal, and it just gets by him right past his fingertips. He does a great job in trying to get to that.
All right, so it will be the Warthogs. Teams will stay to kick it off. Warthogs will not lose a man player because it's not a power play situation. But the damage already done. The Dallas Sidekicks, Tattoo converting. It'll be a kick-in coming up for the Warthogs. And you made a good point. He is definitely pumped up tonight.
Yeah, he's fired up. You talked to him earlier. He was talking about the fact that they don't like to be favorites. He was a little tense, but he came out here and got a goal.
Quickly, Gordon Hunyak trying to get the shot off. Or rather, Bill Hart make that, and it will be...
And when
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, when you have your nerves like that, to get a goal so quickly in a game just eases everything. Here he is poised, he's waiting, takes one touch, and then he just shoots. You can tell he's so experienced because he doesn't dribble very far. He just takes one touch, sets it up for a shot.
Corner kick, Eric McClellan for the Washington Warthogs. He was looking for Dante Washington far post. Dev Reeves smacks it out of there on the ricochet. Now Joe Cozio for the Washington Warthogs fires the shot. Almost redirected it by Eric Dade, the defender, but Papaleo comes up with it. Now the counterattack.
It was a great reflex saved by Papaleo to be there, catch it, and then push the ball forward for the offense. Dave
Reichart in the corner. Joe Cozio banging in with Gianpaolo Pedroso. Goes by Mike Bowers. Now Gordon Hunyak. Hunyak gets a couple of steps. Hunyak now double teamed. Eric Gage steps into the middle. 1-0. Dallas in the purple leads Washington in the green. David Teddy handles the rebound. Nice move on the part of Dante Washington. Get around experienced defender Mike Bowers. Here comes Washington. In the corner, fires a shot. Papaleo save.
Great save by Papaleo. Washington does good to take the player one-on-one and get an open opportunity to shoot on goal. Here he's against the walls, a one-on-one run. He sees some space, pushes it, and it takes a shot. Papaleo right there, blocks it, and the ball goes out.
I'll tell you what, no mean trick to get around a guy of the caliber of Mike Bowers.
No, not at all, but we talked about Dante's speed.
Troy Snyder into the corner. Hunyak looking for the ricochet. Hunyak trying to get the turn. Down to McClellan. He smacks it off the glass. Snyder will not take the half volley. Now he sends it off the glass. Dante Washington looking for the follow-up. And David Doyle heads it back to Joe Papaleo. You can really feel the intensity in this building and why, perhaps, the Sidekicks were 13-1 this season at Reunion Arena.
No better place for this team to play than at home.
David Doyle to the net! Well, you have to feel for the Warthogs here. Redirected.
Doyle takes a shot on the turn, ball's redirected, and it skips in the back of the net. We talked about David Doyle and also Tattoo stepping up, take leadership, and score goals for their team to really push them forward in this playoff series.
You look at net cam. Teddy didn't see it until it was too late. Well, so far for the Sidekicks, the script is played pretty well. Tattoo and David Doyle getting the first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what they needed to do. Come out here, playing at home, not be intimidated at all because a team's coming in here trying to beat them, but go forward, get some goals, and then show their dominance.
Tattoo fouled from behind. Look at the eyes of a champion. He is definitely revved up to defend the Sidekicks title as Continental Indoor Soccer League champions, and so are the fans in the city, Desmond Armstrong.
Yeah, these are great fans. You love playing here, regardless of whether they're rooting for you or not.
Dev Reeves now will take the shot. Ricochets off the glass, off Eric Eichmann's thigh. Denison Cabral to Karsten Searsbach. Searsbach from Denmark. Nice ball forward to Koziel. Nick Stavro running onto him. Koziel for the Washington Warthogs in the green. Dallas in the purple. Off Eichmann. Curtis Partane off his thigh. Now Searsbach, and they will regroup. Will the Washington Warthogs. Beautiful ball for Cabral, but just a couple of steps in front of him.
Just a little bit too far. Papaleo read it very well.
Curtis Partane! Partane! Back to Nick Stavro, but Karsten Searsbach is able to clear it out for Washington.
Great defensive play to be able to recover, get to the ball, and clear it out.
John Hedlund now for the Dallas Sidekicks. Mike Bowers looking for Tattoo. Troy Snyder heads it away. Koziel, the scissors kick to get it upfield. 2-0. Dallas leads with 7:34 left in the first quarter of play.
One thing Washington to think about in terms of defense, when Troy Snyder makes a shift, who covers Tattoo if he stays on the field?
Gordon Hunyak has gone down away from the play, wincing in pain. And with that, we'll have an official timeout. So hopefully he's okay. But with that, we'll take a break here in Dallas. Playoff action, playoff intensity. Dallas leads Washington 2-0. We're coming back on Prime.
Have you ever created or invented a new product? Don't just let it sit there. Do something about it. You can start by calling the Inventors Helpline in Washington, D.C. at 800-227-7000. You'll receive free confidential forms and useful information describing the invention process. And when you call right now, you'll also receive a free brochure which tells you how to begin developing your new idea. So get the ball rolling. Pick up your phone right now and call for your free Inventor's Kit.
Call 800-227-7000.
You don't have to be 19 to have a body like this. You don't have to work out 8 hours a day. You don't have to be narcissistic or shallow. In fact, all you really need is $39 a month. The Solo Flex Muscle Machine. What are you waiting for?
Two teams, two goals, one plan of action to kick, throw, block, even hit their way to a win. Who's the CISL's toughest team on the turf? The semifinals Tuesday night at 10:30 on HSE. Grab the bladder and give it a ball burster. And don't ask about your father or you'll end up in a biffo. But watch out, the white maggot won't save you from a coat hanger. Huh? Just watch Australian rules football. The first semifinal Friday at 5 on HSE.
The Double D's, Dave Johnson, Desmond Armstrong, back in Big D, Dallas, where the Sidekicks lead the Washington Warthogs 2-0 with 7:25 left in the first quarter of play. Tattoo and David Doyle with the goals. Craig Way is also with us tonight. He's standing by downstairs. Craig, what's going on?
Well, Dave, if it looks like the Sidekicks are coming out very excited and very fast-moving, keep in mind it's been 6 days since they've had a game. Washington, of course, played on Wednesday night, winning down at Monterey just a few moments ago before Goran Hunyak went down. He was in a very animated conversation with Jim Guevara, also Dante Washington there, trying to figure out the Dallas defense, how to work their way inside.
All right, Craig, thank you. Excellent points. Washington played just a few nights ago in Monterey. That series went 3 very intense games, Desmond Armstrong. And players don't like to mention things like this, but the body takes only so much.
Yeah, you're going to come away with some bruises, especially in the playoffs.
Tattoo! The pass to David Doyle. It's in the net. Wow.
I talked earlier about watching Tattoo, and he lays it off to David Doyle right here. First touch in the back of the net. All the attention came towards Tattoo. As that happens, he'll lay it off to Doyle, who makes a late run right here, snaps the first time, back of the net, unmarked, uncovered, and a goal.
All right, 7:07 left here in the first quarter, and already the Sidekicks are off to a 3-0 start. But keep in mind, this is a resilient Washington team, which came back in its third game against the Monterey La Raza and upset them in Mexico. Dante Washington trying to thread the needle for Goran Hunyak, and now Dave Reichard knocks it upfield. Eric McClellan.
What has happened, Dallas is really sitting back a little bit further in defense to open up the space so that Washington doesn't have any space to run into, to use their speed.
You know, we talked about Washington's speed, but so far Dallas has been strong on the counterattack.
Very true. They really come out here on fire.
So David Doyle with 2 goals tonight, had 2 with the penalty shootout. And that accounts for it. 3-0 with 6:30 left here in the first half of play. Ball is going to go back to David Teddy. Played at Virginia Tech, his college ball. Is Troy Snyder, Curtis Partain in the purple pressuring. Again, Dallas in the purple jerseys, Washington in the green jerseys. They are the Warthogs, the Washington Warthogs. Long ball upfield looking for Dante Washington. Eric Dade back. Dade sweeps it away, and it will be a kick-in coming up for
don't forget the Sidekicks win tonight's game. Everyone
the Warthogs. Eric Dade played his college ball at the VCU, Virginia Commonwealth, another Virginia product. Actually originally from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, he's a very good player, very strong, quick, and skillful player coming out from the back.
All right, the Warthogs. Goran Hunyak runs over the ball. Now Troy Snyder will put it in play. The ricochet. Dallas Hunyak smack off the glass looking for Kozio. Kozio into the corner, and we'll square it back now to Eric McClellan. McClellan pressured by Curtis Partain of Dallas.
Dallas is starting to pressure every ball that comes into the defense. As it moves forward, they're challenging every ball.
Dante Washington, Eric Dade bang into the boards. Washington, he's a big guy to move off the ball, is Dante. And a foul, though, on Dante Washington. Dante Washington, the complete package for the Washington Warthogs, 5'11", 190, but he is built.
Yeah, he's chiseled, to say the least.
He was pounded there, gets the shot off. But Curtis Partain is able to knock it away for Dallas, but now Washington's starting to pressure more. This is how opportunities occur.
Well, they have to put the ball into the corners, then close Dallas in if they expect to get any opportunities on goal.
Dennis Cabral will chase the ball now for the Washington Warthogs. Sails over Eric Eichmann. Now Joe Papaleo for the Dallas Sidekicks. 3-0 the score. Dallas off to an early lead, but we told you indoor soccer, average scores of this game reach 14, so this one is far from decided.
Far from over.
Look at Herb Silva, the veteran referee. I believe we have Herb mic'd tonight. He's a dentist in his spare time, or maybe he's a referee in his spare time. One of the ways that works. Goran Hunyak back now to Bill Hart. Hart sends a long, hopeful ball, but John Hedlund will clear it out for the Dallas Sidekicks. Gianpaolo Pedrosa looking to get position for Dallas, but staring at his David Teddy. It'll be a 3-line violation.
Washington right now has to make the most of every opportunity that they get in terms of free kick situations such as this one. It's going to be a test of who has the strongest legs in the end of the game. Dallas, as we have mentioned earlier, has had some days off. Washington's coming off of a hard series against Monterey. So who's going to last? Who has the strongest legs?
And that's just it. It's the same in any sport. Often the most fit team has more success in the playoffs. Eric Eichmann to Gordon Hunyak off the left post. And now here comes David Doyle. Doyle, a burst of speed. Doyle trying to get around Eichmann. Doyle against Teddy. Now it's finally cleared out of the penalty arch. And it will go the length of the field for Joe Papaleo.
Dallas really in control. You can see that they're very poised playing at home. Very confident.
David Doyle now for the Dallas Sidekicks. But Manny Motaho is able to handle him. Eric Eichmann now for the Warthogs. Nick Stavro looking for tattoo. Motaho again will clear it out for Washington in the green. Gordon Hunyak on the ball for the Warthogs. Nice ball for Dennis and Cabral if he can get there. Cabral into the corners. Gets it back out to Motaho. His shot. No one there for the ricochet. John Hedlund puts it up to Tattoo. Bill Hart charged with the assignment. Tattoo one-on-one with Hart. Tattoo fires into the net. Well, there goes another Tattoo jersey.
He's on fire tonight already with 2 goals.
Yeah.
Here he is against Hart. Got Hart backing up on his heels. Decides, I'm going to shoot it. Then he gets a hand on him, but it skips right underneath of him, unfortunately. Right here, he's backpedaling Hart, backpedaling. Tattoo shoots, and it goes in. The one thing you have to do to Tattoo, and when you mark him, and I know because I used to cover him, is you got to get close, stay close, don't allow him to have any shots. Don't let him turn you on the wall. Don't let him get any space. And even if he doesn't have any space, he's going to shoot. So it's better that you stay close to him. But we talked about when Troy Snyder goes off the field, who's going to mark Tattoo? Right there we have a classic indication of a one-on-one in which Tattoo prevails.
And now Eric Dade steps in front of Dante Washington. So 2 goals from David Doyle, 2 from Tattoo, and the Warthogs are down 4-0 quickly. Eric McClellan on the ball for the Warthogs. He draws the foul. It'll be a free kick for Washington. Well, what do you miss more? Playing Tattoo or broadcasting? Would you rather be out down there against Tattoo?
I like where I am right now.
I was going to say. McClellan in for Washington. Back to Eric McClellan. McClellan, nice work. And he's fouled by Mike Powers of Dallas. It'll be a free kick.
For Washington right now, they have to make the most of these opportunities that they have close to the goal. Get a shot off, potentially, and follow it up. The first shot's going, but they're not following up the second and third shots.
Eric McClellan and Joe Koziel. McClellan in the front for the Washington Warthogs. Sidekicks. McClellan runs over it. Koziel puts it in. Ricochet comes out to Troy Snyder. Marking Tattoo, no mean assignment. A mistake there on McClellan's part puts it into the seats. A kick in for the Dallas Sidekicks. Another look at Herb Silva racing upfield. Tough job being a referee in indoor soccer. In fact, we ran into Raul Dominguez, who is the head honcho tonight, the senior referee tonight. He was very nice in the airport today in Houston on our way to Dallas and complimented on us and enjoyed the broadcast and then said we were way off whenever we talk about the official.
Yes, quote, way off.
We're way off. But don't listen to anything we say, you viewers at home. Dante Washington, the cross for Karsten Searsbach. Now here come the Dallas Sidekicks, Dave Reichard. Reichard fires a shot into the net. Dave Reichard is the speedy one for the Dallas Sidekicks, and he shows it here.
Yeah, he's in open space right here, pushes the ball forward. He's going straight for the goal. He strikes it low and hard, right past Tenney. Tenney does well to come out and cut off the angle, but didn't make the save. You can see that Dallas is very hungry. Here he is. He's coming to open space, pushes it one time, and then he shoots.
Reichard makes it 5-0, and our Craig Way is down right in the middle of the action. Craig, what's going on?
Well, Dave, you look behind me, you see what looks to be a pretty sedate Washington Warthog bench, but with each Dallas goal, the frustration is mounting. They're getting very angry because the defense is not able to get back in time on defense. They're getting killed on counterattacks right now, and the frustration is starting to show. A trash can in that bench is taking an awful beating.
Jim Gabera, a very intense competitor, the head coach, and I imagine he got a couple strikes in at that trash can, as in fact, he calls a timeout.
Yeah, he's probably telling his players this is how you do it on the field. Kick them down a little bit.
Well, Gabera has guided this team from a 2-8 record to the playoffs and now the Eastern Division Finals. And here it is, Desmond Armstrong. Did I tell you today that we would come to the game tonight and hear the Village People song, YMCA? And indeed we do. And here they are. They love it in Dallas.
I know you rigged this because I know you want to hear this song. I know you like it. You probably rigged this.
All right, if you must know, I paid the music director off.
That's why you're doing all the moves right now in the stand.
YMCA is just one of the classics of the 70s. Gordon Jago has to be rather pleased for the Dallas Sidekicks with the start because, again, for the Dallas Sidekicks, they are also a veteran team, but many of them don't like being the favored team in this situation, but tonight they're coming out showing why they're favored.
Most definitely. They are an experienced team. They know how to play in the series. They know how to play in a championship series to win it also. You come out here, you come out on top, on fire, get off to a good start.
All right, next week, where will we be? Throw a dart. We don't know, but it will be the CISL Finals Game 1. Check your local listings of the Prime affiliate near you, and we will have every game of the CISL Finals.
I know where we're going to go next week.
Where?
In their living room. That's
in their living room.
So that's what they have to look for.
That's right. We're coming at you again on the big screen. Nice crowd again tonight here at Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas. It is playoff time. The Dallas Sidekicks in the purple. The Washington Warthogs in the green, and the Warthogs trail 5-0 as it goes off the boot of Eric Eichmann. It'll be a kick-in for the Sidekicks. Look at Eichmann. Had a bad knee injury that really curtailed his national team career, but he's come back strong indoors.
Yeah, he's a great addition for the Washington team because he plays both ways, defense and striker.
Tattoo in the corner for David Doyle. John Hedlund into the net. John Hedlund. For Hedlund, his second goal of the playoffs. And with 2:42 left in the first quarter.
Again, Tattoo nips it back to Doyle. Doyle mishits it, but Hedlund's right there, ready to strike it in. Comes back, Doyle. It looks like he's going to try to shoot. Hits off of his left boot, goes to Hedlund. Hedlund's there, and he knocks it in. Unmarked, unchallenged, and he just pops it in.
Well, the Washington Warthogs played their first game in franchise history in this building, lost to the Dallas Sidekicks. But they did beat the Sidekicks at the US Air Arena. But tonight, with 2:35 left in the first quarter of play, the Warthogs trail now 6-0.
But don't you love indoor soccer, though? You got so many goals in one quarter of this game.
And more to come, and I think some from Washington. We expect them to break loose. Goran Hunyak could do it. Goran Goran, they call, but he's shut down. I tell you, we talk about the offense here, but in one sense, as they smell bacon here in Dallas.
I smell it too. It smells good. Smells good.
Look at Jim Guevara. He doesn't like what he smells. He smells trouble. And for the Dallas Sidekicks, I was about to say, they are doing a tremendous job on defense, and that's in part keying this offense.
Yeah, their strategy had been that they're going to stay back a little bit to alleviate the speed factor coming from Washington Warthogs. And they've done very well. Drop back. Once they get the ball, they spring forward on the counterattack.
Look at Bill Hart, the Washington defender. Now David Doyle for the Dallas Sidekicks. He is double teamed. Poked away by Denison Cabral. Mike Powers comes sweeping through. And coming up with it is David Teddy. Now the Washington Warthogs trying to counterattack. And there's a foul on the part of Eric Dade as he tussles Gordon Hunyek to the ground.
Hunyek saying, I got mugged over there. But he's being double teamed because they know how dangerous he is on offense.
Hunyek goes to put it in play for Denison Cabral. The ricochet off the boards looking for Eric Eichmann. Now Hunyek sweeps through, and Hunyek gets a retaliatory foul. And now he gets the card.
It's a bad foul, really.
Well, clearly he wasn't trying to play the ball. So Raul Dominguez, who he ran into the airport, and said, we don't know what we're talking about. We talk about refs calls. I'm not going to say anything. Actually, this was a good call, though.
Yeah, he's right on top of it.
Yeah.
And it was a good call.
It was a good call.
Good call, ref.
And we're not just saying that.
No, we're not just saying that.
I mean, he was not going for the ball. It was just a plain-out foul.
That was a penalty right there.
And that's not going to make Coach Jim Guevara happy because 6-0 in the first quarter. And kid, if you're new to indoor soccer, trust us, it's happened. It is not an insurmountable lead when you have this much time left, but when you have to go on the power play or kill a power play, that will make this guy happy, Jim Guevara. Tattoo now for the Dallas Sidekicks. So the Sidekicks in the purple have the man advantage for the next 2 minutes, which will spill into the second quarter. Dante Washington was fouled. It'll be a free kick for the Warthogs. Troy Snyder, though, gives it away to David Doyle.
Tried to play a quick free kick, but it was intercepted right there. Dallas looking very poised again.
Eric McClellan comes up with it. McClellan now for the Warthogs. He's shut down by Tattoo. That's a telling tale. Last 3 Dallas shots have been goals. How about that for a percentage?
Magic. No wonder they look so confident down there.
Nick Stavro for Tattoo of the Dallas Sidekicks. A minute 11 left on the power play. 48 seconds left in the quarter. Nick Stavro gets free. Giampaolo Pedroso. It's off the boards. Stavro. And the ricochet comes out to David Doyle. Tattoo now. Pedroso. Doyle. Teddy the save.
Good save by Tenney there. Unfortunately, gave it away too quickly.
28 seconds left in the quarter. Tattoo. David Doyle. The workout for the Warthogs trying to kill off this penalty. Doyle now. Stavro. Nick Stavro for Tattoo of Dallas. Eric McClellan has it. 11 seconds left in the quarter. Dallas may have one more run at it. They'll still have a power play to start the second quarter play. 3 seconds. Tattoo. Pedroso, and that's it. So, plenty of fireworks in the first quarter. 15 minutes of indoor soccer in the books in Big D. And it's nighttime, and they're celebrating. The Dallas Sidekicks lead the Washington Warthogs 6-0. We're coming back to Dallas.
It set the standard in do-it-yourself books. But now, we've made the best even better. Introducing the all-new Home Repair and Improvement series from Time Life Books. With new color illustrations, step-by-step instructions, and a new spiral binding so books lay flat. It's never been easier to save money and create the home you've always wanted. And right now, you can get decks, porches, and patios for just $9.99. You'll learn how to build a deck your family will enjoy for years. The tricks of the trade to install a patio. Call now to examine decks, porches, and patios free for 15 days. Keep it for the introductory price of just $9.99. Other volumes will follow. Keep only those you want. Cancel anytime. The new Home Repair and Improvement series from Time Life Books. We've made the best even better.
Call 1-800-358-4466 now to examine decks, porches, and patios free for 15 days. Keep it for just $9.99. Call 1-800-358-4466.
It's time to jam. Can you dig
The push is on for Tennessee to ride high in the SEC, but Mississippi State is hungry for a bite of the Big Horn. Tennessee and Mississippi State, Saturday morning at 11:30, live on HSE.
It's time to jam. Can you dig it?
It's time to jam with college football all season on HSE.
Can you dig it?
On HSE, it's music to your eyes.
Dave Johnson, Desmond Armstrong back in Dallas after 1 quarter of play. The Dallas Sidekicks lead the Washington Warthogs 6-0. But oddly enough, Washington dead even on shots. You wouldn't have expected that, Desmond Armstrong.
Not at all. I think that what's happened here is that Dallas has a higher percentage of shots on goal that go in, even though they're even in shots.
All right, we talked at the top of the game some of the things to be looking for. How's it playing out? Gorin's not going yet for Washington, and Tattoo Snyder, that's a tough matchup for Troy Snyder of Washington.
It's a tough matchup, but Troy's doing somewhat well. It would look like he's doing poorly because Tattoo has 2 goals. It's that 2 guys are actually marking Tattoo, and there's a free man. That free man happens to be Doyle coming through to get shots on goal.
And Dallas is not letting Washington effectively use their speed. And actually, we've seen some speed from Dallas. Guys like Dave Reichard has a goal tonight. Dallas has a 16 seconds left. Dallas in the purple on the man advantage. Washington in the green. So 16 seconds left. Dallas working upfield on the power play. Goran Hunyak off the carpet for the Washington Warthogs. Dante Washington steals away. Washington out, a foot race. Nick Stavro trying to close him down. Washington into the corner. That'll kill off the power play. Teams at even strength. Washington draws the foul. It'll be a free kick for the Warthogs in the corner.
For Washington, they have to go at it, plug away, get that first goal, and then look for the second.
Yeah, the first one is what you need. McClellan, Eric McClellan for the Washington Warthogs. Looking for Joe Koziel, headed away by Eric Day. Now Tattoo tries to bring it out. Snyder comes up with it. Joe Koziel for the Warthogs. Now to Goran Hunyak. Nice move by Hunyak to evade. David Doyle fires a shot. It's in the net. Redirected in the net off Eric Dane. And Goran Hunyak puts it in.
Here we have a situation where Papaleo gets caught on a redirected shot also. And that's the beauty of indoor soccer too, because you never know what's going to happen. Take a shot, ricochets off of Dade and goes in the back of the net. Joe is out of position. Obviously, he couldn't do anything about that because it hits off of his defender and it goes in. The important thing is that Goran's getting the ball and he's taking shots. You got to shoot in order to get opportunities to score, and they've got their first goal.
Well, in fact, Dallas had a goal tonight that redirected in, so that's just the way the breaks go in indoor soccer. Bill Hart back on defense. He's under pressure for Washington by Gianpaolo Pedroso. Now Eric Eichmann helping out. 6-1 the score. And let's see if the Warthogs can pull back another one of their comebacks. They did it the other night against Monterey La Raza, coming back in the 4th quarter on the road.
Yeah, we're still in the first half, even though the score is 5-1 right now, 6-1.
6-1. And it finally quieted the crowd a little bit, so that's also important for Washington as Eric Eichmann goes down. He collides with Dave Reichart. Quickly on the restart, Bill Hart for the Washington Warthogs. Karsten Searsbach in the corner. Searsbach played off the ball now to Eichmann. Eichmann in the corner for Denison Cabral.
The danger for Dallas is that they're up by 5 goals, and they have to stay interested. They have to keep themselves interested in this game. Don't allow Washington to really get back into it, even though Washington has 1 goal right now.
Well, I mean, last week, our Continental Indoor Soccer League offering, Washington led Monterey 3-0 and ended up losing 5-4. So this game is an emotional roller coaster, and sometimes you end up wearing your heart on your sleeve.
I'm bleeding.
I have no idea what that just meant. Manny Motajo sends it upfield. off the glass, stays in play. This is an advantage for Dallas. As Dave Reichart tries to stall forward, he cannot. And now Bill Hart leads the attack. Hart will fire a shot into the net. What a shot by Bill Hart.
What a shot. This is what we talked about. They got to shoot a little more, and you never know what's going to happen. The ball sails in. Great shot by Hart. Great individual effort.
Tell you what, put an exclamation point by that one.
He's in the open space. He takes a shot, and it's a top spin on the ball as it dips down over Papaleo to go in. Hits the crossbar and goes in. There it is, and it zips on by.
I tell you what, that is the closest to a slam dunk I've ever seen in indoor soccer. All right, fasten your seatbelts at home. Washington giving notice. It's 6-2. Dallas in the purple. Eric Dade. His shot is blocked by Troy Snyder. The ricochet comes out to Tattoo. Now Washington will pressure. Papaleo steps into the fray. Troy Snyder, nice work on his part.
Does very well there.
Hunyak has space. Hunyak fires a shot. It's into the crowd. And should be a corner kick coming up. Oh, wait a minute.
Goal kick called.
Yeah, throw in because, as you know,
throw in.
Still have to get used to that. Yeah, it's
throw in.
There are no goal kicks in indoor soccer, or Continental Indoor Soccer League. Keeps the ball moving. Yeah, keeps the ball moving. Gordon Hunyak has the ball moving. Hunyak fires a shot. It's in the net.
What a game. And Gordon starting to step up. We talked about him getting the ball on his foot, taking some shots, taking a leadership role for his team. Gordon Jago calling timeout right there.
The Dallas Sidekicks suddenly find themselves in a game as the Washington Warthogs. Hunyak.
Here he has a little bit of space, steps in front, takes a shot, and goes to the far post, near post, and goes in.
I tell you what, Gordon, that was a veteran move. Look at it again. That's a veteran's move.
Most definitely. He has a little bit of space, much like Tattoo on the other end. When you have some space, he's going to drive you back, drive the defender back, get some space, and take a shot.
All right, well, Craig Way is also with us tonight in Dallas. And Craig, what's going on? You're in the hot seat, or the hot spot.
Well, the hot spot might be just behind me, Dave. The Sidekicks bench all of a sudden a little more concerned. Gordon Jago calling that timeout. Now, on the first two Washington goals in a minute and 57-second span of the period, it was still that calm, cool exterior, not only of Jago, but of his team. But the second Hunjack goal has got a few players frustrated right now. Jago wants to settle his team down and tell them they've got to get back on defense to avoid the counterattack for Washington. Warthogs, on the other hand, a little more uplifted. They've already trimmed off half of this deficit in the first 2 minutes and 29 seconds of the period.
All right, Craig Way. I'm glad he added it up for us. I wasn't going to figure that out that quick.
Well, the interesting thing would be if the Warthogs could get 3 or more goals, score 6 goals in their second quarter here, and have an even match at halftime.
Going to confuse me with numbers again? 6-3 the score, 12:26 left here in the first half. Washington in the green jerseys, Dallas in the purple. Washington battling in their defensive third, and a foul call on Nick Stavro. So it'll be a free kick for the Dallas Sidekicks. Make that the Warthogs.
Okay, it's the Warthogs.
Stand to reason, since the foul was on Nick Stavro. Dante Washington heads it down to Karsten Searsbach. Now Washington clipped from behind by David Doyle.
You see how strong he is? He got bumped and he still held the ball, try to get a shot off. Just granite. That guy's just a rock. Much like Tattoo. Tattoo's very strong too. Here he has the ball. He gets knocked from behind, but he still holds it, cuts it, and he tries to get the shot off.
Built like a rock, Dante Washington. And speaking of the other rock, Tattoo, I will be visiting with Tattoo at halftime. I had a chance to talk with him earlier, so that's coming up on our halftime hijinks. As always, lots of hijinks. Eric McClellan for Troy Snyder. Joe Papaleo. Troy Snyder still with it. The cross. Dante Washington into the net! Into the net!
Oh, my goodness! Oh, what a game we have on our hands here. What a game!
6-4. 4 unanswered goals. I don't believe it.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Where did he learn this?
Here it comes. Troy plays it back. Deflection by Dade. Dante Washington goes with a bicycle kick and through the legs of Papaleo in the back of the net.
Major league, no matter how you count it.
It was a low bicycle, but he gets it in. Boom. Back in the net.
Well, the Warthogs indeed now riding after the Dallas Sidekicks.
Another good good look at it right there from behind. And there's nothing you can do to defend against a shot like that.
All right, we are only 3 minutes into the second quarter. Dante Washington's 11th goal of the playoffs. And now everyone's on their feet in Dallas, and this is only the first half.
And the scoring machines for both teams have really stepped forward to come forward and do what they do best.
Goran Hunyak gets off David Doyle. Dante Washington tries to get around Papaleo, and Papaleo comes up big.
Great read by Papaleo to come out there, not wait, but get there before he's able to turn and take a shot.
All right, I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to roll off my sleeves.
It's getting hot in here.
6-4, Dallas leads. Troy Snyder on the ball for Washington. Goran Hunyak. Koziel miskicks it. Powers sweeps it away for Dallas. Mike Powers.
The beautiful thing about indoor soccer, miss a kick like that, and it's still in play.
David Teddy clears it upfield for Washington. Powers now for the Dallas Sidekicks. Mike Powers leads the charge. Dave Reichard now. Chased by Eric Eichmann. And everyone is standing here in Dallas. This crowd is tremendous. Tattoo. 6-4, Dallas leads. Doyle, it goes off Dante Washington, now Joe Koziel. They have a 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Koziel trying to get it upfield to Hunyak. Eichmann now to Hunyak for Dante Washington. Washington played off the ball by John Hedlund. Header by Troy Snyder, header by Koziel. Now Eichmann off the thigh. Snyder, long ball upfield. Will it stay in? It will. Dante Washington over his head. Gets around Hedlund. Dante Washington. Dante Washington to Hunyak. And Papaleo comes up with it.
So close. What a game.
Look at the face of Papaleo. It says it all. Tattoo now the other way. Oh, Troy Snyder stuffs him.
Great tackle by Snyder.
Now, Eric Eichmann.
Oh, dangerous tackle there.
Mike Powers came in hard on Eric Eichmann.
Came up with a high leg also.
10 minutes left in the second quarter, and it's already 6-4. Mike Powers for Dallas. I'd start the VCRs if here comes Mike Powers for Dallas. Manny Mutaho for Washington. Trouble here, but Goran Hunyak. Here they go. They're off to the races. McClellan does well to clear traffic. Eric McClellan fires a shot. Papaleo the save.
Great save by Papaleo.
Curtis Partain collides with Manny Mutaho. Mutaho fires the shot behind the defense. Mutaho stays with it, and he gets called for a foul.
Yeah, bad hit from behind. Intensity's there. You can see it. A lot of bodies banging down there. High-paced game.
9:25 left here in this first half. Dallas in the purple leads Washington in the green 6-4. And finally, that's Herb Silva giving a warning of some sort. I'm not sure who that was directed to.
I didn't quite catch that either.
Goes off Washington. It'll be a kick-in coming up for Dallas. We are in Reunion Arena, and there's Herb Silva. We've got a microphone on him tonight. All right, illegal substitution's the warning. That's the situation. So it looked like he was warning the Washington bench.
The shots on goal this quarter is 14 for Washington.
Dev Reed. Nick Stavro played off the ball by Eric McClellan of Washington. Gianpaolo Pedroso, Karsten Searsbach. Now Eric Dade for Dallas, back to Joe Papaleo. Koziel goes off his head into the seats. Koziel saying he was pushed. There'll be a Sidekicks kick in. There's Herb Silva again.
Back away.
Darn, back away. Got the whistle right in the air. David Doyle. Big Stavro and Eric Eichmann. Eichmann for Washington. Hunyak. Good move. Oh, deft move. Nice move on the part of Goran Hunyak. Hunyak evades everyone. Now to Bill Hart. Hart to Denison Cabral. Cabral in the corner. The ricochet. Gianpaolo Pedroso clears. Koziel, half volley. Now Denison Cabral. Cabral for the Warthogs of Washington. Bill Hart.
Dallas doing well to get back and stay very compact defensively. Get the ball and come on a fast break.
Bill Hart alertly gets back. David Teddy out. He will sweep it away, send it high into the Dallas Knight. Although we are indoors. And a handball in Dallas. It'll be a free kick for Washington.
Fans don't like that too much.
For Denison Cabral, sails over his head. Joe Papaleo's out. Koziel, the shot off the right crossbar.
It was close. Good look, though, because Papaleo was out of his goal.
Pedroso, now Hunyak gets in the fray. He's sandwiched, no call. Eichmann sweeps it away, and now Washington Desmond's controlling midfield. That's the difference I see right now.
They're winning the 50-50 balls. The second balls that come off the wall, they're starting to get to it. As you saw, they have more shots in this quarter, which garnishes them some goals. So it takes for now Dallas to really get the ball, get under control, and get some shots on goal.
Cabral plays it into the corner. Troy Snyder had an opportunity. Dallas trying to clear it into the seats. A kick in coming up for Washington. Great word, garnishing some goals. I like that.
That's a Webster's word.
There we go. 7:35 left in the first half. We're having fun and stomping in Big D. The Sidekicks of Dallas lead the Warthogs of Washington 6-4. Don't move on Prime.
Bowflex invites you to compare the Bowflex Power Pro to any other strength training machine. Call Bowflex right now for your free comparison video. You'll see that Bowflex is simply your best choice. Bowflex is faster and it's easier to use. Bowflex is more effective and offers about twice as many exercises than other machines. Bowflex is more affordable and is backed by a lifetime warranty. So go ahead, call right now and ask for your free comparison video, and we'll also send you this free brochure that will help you get all the facts so you can make your own comparison. Bowflex. It's simply better, easier, more effective, and more affordable. All you have to do is pick up the phone and let us show you why Bowflex is the right machine for you. Go ahead, make your own comparison, and call Bowflex right now.
Looking for a few scares this October? Well, check out HSE's October lineup. The arrows and stars pull out the blades to carve up the ice. The Southland SWC-SEC and Pac-10 look to throw some treats and hand out some tricks. And the women of the SWC are bringing out the spice. Still looking for some thrills? Well, tune in to HSE in October. Attention, school is now in session. Watch Texas high school football's brightest stars shine. Coast to coast, zone to zone. The Alamo High School Extra, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. on HSE.
Hey, we're back in Dallas. The Dallas Sidekicks lead the Washington Warthogs 6-4. Dave Johnson along with Desmond Armstrong, and also our good friend Craig Way is with us tonight, and Craig is downstairs. Craig, what do you have for us?
Well, Dave, behind me, you see Joe Papaleo walking back to position in goal. Joe coming over and had a few angry words with Raul Dominguez going into the break there, saying that he thought he was fouled when he came out of position. Des, you saw him come off his line to go after the ball, and he took a bump and said, this game's getting a little too out of hand, getting a little bit too physical. Both sides are starting to complain a little bit about the physicality of the game.
Yeah, you bring a good point. You saw some bodies banging down there. When Joe did come out, he did get knocked. His face was facing the wall. He did get knocked. He had a right to say something to the referee so that the next time it happens, the ref is aware.
Look at that. This is first half, 7:35 left. And Washington has come out in a strong flurry. Goran Hunyak, the Warthogs of the Great, fires a shot, and it's blocked.
You know, Joe is very smart, too, a very mature player in that when you talk to the ref, he knows what he's doing. He's getting the referee aware of what's going on out there and trying to get the favoritism called his way.
Well, I think also it's just a product of the pace as Dante Washington knocks it down, and Dallas under siege here. Dallas in the purple. Curtis Partain goes for the ball. Joe Koziel. And a good example of the bodies that are banging. Eric Dade. Nice ball for Gianpaolo Pedroso for Dallas. Eric Eichmann knifes through. Pedroso now. Nice ball for Deb Reeves. Coming back on defense, David Teddy comes up with it. And we have a foul on Reeves as Hunyak came back on defense. Now the Warthogs trying to get a free kickoff. Play on, Eric Eichmann. Koziel. Now to Troy Snyder. Snyder is, well, there's a call. All right, there we go.
What you'll see now is that the referees will start to tighten up the game. Every little hit that you see down there, the ref is going to call a foul so they can get the pace back down to a little calmer.
And that's the whole thing. It's hard to all of a sudden start blowing whistles when you can barely see the calls because both teams are just going at it.
Well, it is indoor soccer, and it is bodies banging.
David Teddy knocks it away, but right for Dave Reichart of Dallas. Teddy, the goalkeeper for Washington, is able to come up with it.
You have to be careful when he comes out, though. When he gets the ball, if he can't pass it to somebody, knock it high and wide.
Washington Warthogs in the green. Goran Hunyak now for the Warthogs. One-on-one with Curtis Partain. Hunyak now one-on-two.
Dallas does well to collapse, get two players against Hunyak. They win the ball.
Curtis Partain. This could be trouble. Gianpaolo Pedroso for the Dallas Sidekicks fires a shot.
Ooh, that was close.
Mike Powers for the Dallas Sidekicks. 6:04 left first half. 6-4 game. Washington trails Dallas. Dallas in the purple, the home team wherever you can. Nick Stavro. Head to Eric Dade. Dade, the ricochet over Teddy's head. Once again, Jorge Alvarez now first shift for him tonight for Washington. And Alvarez played off the ball by Nick Stavro. Here comes Stavro, fires the shot. Phil Hart handles the ricochet. Dade steps in front of Dante Washington.
Great read there.
Tattoo, Stavro. And it's Teddy. Teddy for Washington is able to come up with it.
Did well to get his hands back on the ball after he made the first deflection.
5:19 left. Ball knocked away by Dallas. Washington. Now they're under pressure in the midfield.
Yeah, Dallas did well in the first quarter to step up, play a lot of intensity pressure in the midfield.
Jorge Alvarez challenged by Nick Stavro. Denison Cabral, they get it free, but Mike Powers able to clear for Dallas. Troy Snyder now for the Washington Warthogs. Kozio, the Snyder for the Warthogs. Breaking free is Joe Kozio. Kozio in the corner to Denison Cabral. The shot into the seats. He wants that one again, a throw in Dallas.
I'm going to say, yeah, that was a great opportunity he had. He was wide open. He had a wide open shot on goal, and he sails it high and wide.
Are you surprised at the pace, given this is a playoff game with so much on the line?
Not at all. I mean, you come out here and you have to be really into the game, psyched up, ready to run. And so as you get one goal and two goals, it just starts to flow.
It is definitely flowing tonight here in Dallas.
The goals are flowing. But again, even though Washington's playing very well right now to have, winning balls in the midfield, they're still down by 2 goals.
And that's got to be frustrating. All the work by Washington, they still haven't caught up. David Doyle was running onto it. Eric Eichmann for the Washington Warthogs. Hunyak marked by Dev Reeves. Hunyak splits through, is tripped up, and here comes the card. Herb Silva, the referee.
2 minutes, Reeves on a holding. Dev Reeves.
Dev Reeves gets it. 2 minutes for holding. And so the Washington Warthogs will go on the power play.
I think beats his man. He's going to the goal. A little bit of pull. Might have been a little bit of a dive as he rolls forward, but the experienced players know what they're doing. Going to goal, he was deflected a little bit, and he does roll over and gets the penalty.
Well, that's just it. He was going to goal, and Dev Reeves, also an experienced player, and he was trying to just casually do it, if you will.
Yeah, he was trying to get back in position. And, there's some leeway there. As a defender, I know that you're going to hold on to the offensive guy as he gets by you.
Troy Snyder, he saw something. And I believe it went off a Dallas defender, so it'll be another free kick. Look at Troy Snyder. He actually played several years here in Dallas.
That's why he knows Tattoo so well. And that's why there's a matchup there. He knows his moves, he knows what he wants to do, and so he can neutralize Tattoo.
Corner kick now for the Washington Warthogs. Eric Eichmann on the corner. Eichmann. Hunyak, the shot. Pabaleo the save. Cabral the rebound off the glass. Now here's Eric Dade, 2-on-1. Dade has got Reichart, and it's Troy Snyder that stops it. Denison Cabral.
A great read by Troy Snyder because Dade was open space. He had it. He could have had a shot on goal if he continued to go forward. but Troy was there to cut off the pass.
3:44 left here in the first half of play. It'll be a kick in for Washington. Tell you what, Desmond Armstrong, this crowd, every time something exciting happens, has been happening a lot, they get off their feet. I mean, that's how into it they are here in Dallas.
Yeah, as a player, you start to pick up off of that adrenaline from the crowd. You want to run a little faster, kick a little harder, and that's why the pace is the way it is.
Alvarez, a crisp shot from the corner. But now Dallas, the Sidekicks in the purple on the charge. And Mike Powers is put into the boards.
It's a dogfight down there. Both teams going at each other. Powers gets a little step on Alvarez right here. Alvarez sticks his foot in. Powers rolls over.
It'll be a free kick coming up for the Dallas Sidekicks. Dave Reichart puts it in play. Dangerous ball because of the ricochet. Nick Stavro turns. David Teddy the save. Hunyak, fortunately, slips through on defense for the Warthogs.
Good save by Teddy to be there. Show big, have his body there as a deflection.
All right, keep in mind the Warthogs on a power play, but it's not been much of a man advantage. Eric Eichmann.
Dallas has done very well defensively to get the ball, try to hold on to it, and kill some time on this power play.
So the Warthogs with the man advantage, excellent opportunity for them to make it a one-goal game, but they have 42 seconds. And a great diamond defense on the part of Dallas. Troy Snyder, though. It's Cabral with the shot. Cabral, it's in the net! Dennis and Cabral, and look out, here comes the flip. Well, maybe not. Joe Babaleo's down. I know may not do the flip on the road. Dennis and Cabral usually runs and does a flip, but probably wise not to do it on the road.
Yeah, Cabral had a number of opportunities earlier before that goal. He had several shots that went high and wide, off the post, off the wall, and he was able to capitalize on this opportunity here. Ball bounces off the wall, drops back. Cabral gets onto it again, hits it first time, upper right corner.
6-5, 2:41 left in the first half, and a power play goal for Dennison, the Menacin, they call him, Cabral. Dallas now on the restart for the Sidekicks in the purple. 5 unanswered goals by the Warthogs. Dev Reeves for Tattoo. Tattoo fires. That's deep into the seats, and it'll be a throw-in for the Washington Warthogs. We will be talking with this man, Tattoo, the fantastic one. Over 600 goals in his storied career. Native of Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Well, we have a great comeback situation here with Washington scoring these goals, but Dallas is off to the races right now.
3-on-2. Koziel prevents it from getting to David Doyle. Tattoo, and nice work, Arad Young, to clear it away as it was headed for Chris Hayden of Dallas. Hayden. And we're going to see some new faces, I think, interspersed as players need rest. Koziel, the foul for Washington, and a free kick for the Dallas Sidekicks.
Yeah, got to start putting some other players in because they're playing at a maddening pace.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole nother half still to come, folks. Joe Koziel. Bill Hart now for Washington. Eric Dade heads it down. Dev Reeves rides Arad Young, and kind of hard for Reeves to hide that as not being a foul. Like he was trying to be part of the rodeo that's also here in Dallas. It's been a busy sports weekend. We were trying to get to the arena tonight. They had a bunch of sports cars racing around, an SCCA race. Sports Car Club of America in Dallas this weekend. But I'm not sure who's faster, that race we saw or this indoor soccer game. Tattoo for the Dallas Sidekicks. In the purple, he's sandwiched. And a free kick. Koziel quickly with the dive symbol for Washington, but he was sandwiched.
He was sandwiched. He pushed the ball in between two players and tried to get into the space behind it, and they just crunched him. Here he is. He flips it in. The ball is there. He was just trying to get to the end of the ball, and they just kill him.
Tattoo in position.
Hold it there. Good.
All right, Herb Silva lining the wall. Tattoo. David Teddy the save. David Doyle the follow-up. Now Bill Hart trying to lead it out for Washington. Ahead for Goran Hunyak. Score and Goran, they call him. Hunyak played off the ball. Dante Washington bowling through. In the corner, Hunyak. Hunyak tries to get the cross off. Cannot. It's stolen away by Chris Hayden.
Good read by Hayden.
The Dallas Sidekicks looking for Tattoo. Joe Kozio. Now Gordon Hunyek for Washington. Under a minute left in the first half. Dante Washington, John Hedlund's all over him. Washington is going to take Hedlund all the way upfield and then flip him over. And now Washington's going to say, hey, what's going on? And now David Doyle is given a card. Things are unraveling for Dallas here, oddly enough, even though they lead 6-5.
Yeah, you can see the pace is just maddening out there, like we talked about before. Some guys are losing their heads. Right there, an example of it.
Doyle wants to throw something. Such a talented player with 2 goals already tonight. They need him, Dallas.
Yeah, he's got to keep his head because he is the leader of this team.
Herb Silva now is coming over with a yellow card.
Here's the foul right here. And
well, I can see why Dante Washington's furious. He was getting choked by John Hedlund.
Yeah, he was hooked. Most definitely.
It's done. It's done, David.
No, 2 minutes.
It's done. Relax. It's done.
Herb Silva, that's experience on the part of a referee. He doesn't come over to antagonize the player who's obviously emotionally upset. And he's just trying to say it's done. I mean, that's a sign of, I think, a good referee.
Most definitely, because he's able to come over there and say that no matter what you say, no matter how loud you cry, it's not going to change.
Yeah, he's not going to argue the point with him. Just say, all right, let's keep you in the game. We don't want to toss you. Gordon Jago. There's David Doyle, tense competitor. They all are tonight. Dante Washington. It's not a power play situation. It's a misconduct. Now, Tattoo and Gordon Hunyek are going one-on-one.
Down there in the corner. Guys are trying to cool it. His teammates are trying to calm him down.
Ball please. Just let me have it.
Hey, this is the championship series. They're going for the playoffs right now, trying to get to the final game, and they're intense.
This is game 1 of the Eastern Division Final.
Here we have a look. Gorin comes through, tries to win the ball. Little face-to-face talk. Little scope action right there.
34 seconds left. I tell you what this game needs right now is halftime to cool everyone off. Tattoo. Eric Eichmann gets it his way. Eichmann, Nick Stavro on him. Curtis Partey fires a shot.
Oh, great save.
Great save on the part of David Teddy, and Troy Snyder comes over to congratulate.
And what a great shot that was.
21 seconds left in the first half. And it'll be a corner kick, and everyone's on their feet here in Dallas.
These fans are awesome.
Unbelievable.
Me up. I want to play.
I want to get out there. Tattoo in the corner for the Dallas Sidekicks. He will put it in play. Hedlund, the shot is in the net.
What a shot. What a goal.
Second goal of the night.
Tattoo plays it back. Hedlund comes up, hits the first time, right into the corner. Here it is from a different angle. Hits the first time, he bends it in. Looks like maybe Washington got his toe on it also, maybe.
Yeah, I think that was the problem for David Teddy. It was just too much traffic, and that's the beauty of a corner kick for the offensive team. 7-5, Dallas leads, but Washington right back in it. Dante Washington for the Warthogs. Free kick, quick restart. Joe Kozio gets right in there, knocks it into the seats, and Kozio and Dave Reichard now going one-on-one.
I tell you, these boys are flying back and forth. This game is so high-paced right now.
Mike Powers with the header. Nick Stavro now. Eichmann and Reichard. Reichard has the elbow squailing. And that is the end of the first half of play. And Joe Kozio, Dave Reichard are going at it. And now Tattoo wants to get in it. Dave Reichard is getting a talking to by Raul Dominguez. And I think with good reason. He was stirring the pot, but so was everyone else. It's an intense game. 7-5 the score here at the half. A furious pace. 12 goals in one half. Dallas got off to a 6-0 lead. Craig Way is, of course, part of our broadcast team. And Craig, what do you have for us?
Okay, we're down here with Sidekicks coach Gordon Jago. Gordon, this got very, very physical late stages of the first half. Tell us a little bit about how play started to really get a little bit out of hand.
Well, you know, we took a marvelous first period, and then we've allowed the one thing that shouldn't allow, we've allowed them to rattle us by playing a very physical game, and instead of concentrating on our game, we're getting involved in the physical battles. That's stupid. And that's what we've let ourselves down. We've allowed them to get back in because they've gone physical. We've stopped playing. We wanted to fight them for every front they throw. That's idiotic, and we'll change that at halftime.
How big was the goal with 19 seconds to go in the half?
Well, it could be a very, very important and a very decisive one at this stage of this game.
Okay, thank you, Gordon.
Thank you.
Sidekicks coach Gordon Jago. Let's go back up to Dave and Des.
All right, Gordon Jago under composure here as we go to break. We've got plenty coming up at halftime, including an interview with the fantastic one, Tattoo. At half, it's the Dallas Sidekicks 7, the Washington Warthogs 5. The boys in the truck loving it.
It's tough being a fan when your team isn't the home team, especially when I try to find coverage of my favorite team in the local paper. I'm lucky if I can find last week's score. But if you're like me, you'll be happy to know there's one publication that'll make you feel right at home. The Sporting News. You'll love the Sporting News, no matter what team you love, even if it is the home team.
Call this number now and get 4 issues of the Sporting News free. You'll get opinions and analysis, team-by-team reports, and coverage of all the college conferences, plus baseball, basketball, and hockey all year long. Call now and you'll get 4 free issues of the Sporting News. If you like them, you'll get 24 more issues at this great TV price. If not, just mark the bill, cancel, and owe nothing. The 4 issues are yours to keep.
So call now for the Sporting News, the publication that treats every team like the home team.
Call now and you'll get 4 great issues of the Sporting News free.
Call 1-800-522-5333 now.
You're watching HSE, the best team on TV. The Dallas Sidekicks lead the Washington Warthogs 7-5. Wow, I hope you've enjoyed the first half of play. We still have 30 minutes of Continental Indoor Soccer League playoff action coming your way. Again, the winner of this best-of-3 series advances to meet the winner of the Las Vegas-Anaheim series. Now, earlier, I had a chance to catch up with a fantastic one. Over 600 career goals. I'm talking about, of course, the one and only, the incomparable Tattoo.
All right, Tattoo, let's talk about your situation with the Dallas Sidekicks in the season of 1994. You're 10 years now into the indoor soccer wars and poised yet for another championship. This has been a pretty good year, and fantastic year, in fact.
It's been a surprising year. We lost a lot of players in the draft with the new franchises, and we thought we were going to drop a level or two, and an amazing thing, we stayed strong. We got a little luck during the season. We won some games right in the end, but that did the experience, and it's a great year so far, but it's not over until you win the championship. what I don't like, we're the favors. You know, normally we're the underdogs all the time. So, you know, that's dangerous. Like tonight is a very difficult game. So we have to really focus and hopefully we can take care of business.
What about you for you personally? I mean, you know, you're into your 10th season now of indoor soccer, yet you continue to produce the consistent numbers. Obviously, consistency is not just something you manufacture. It's something that happens night in and night out. What about it for Tattoo?
Well, David, you know, the thing is you have to motivate yourself, you know, and after 10 years, it's difficult to find ways to motivate yourself to keep playing the game. But, you know, I play mind games with myself, and I keep working hard. And I always believe, you know, I'm not the best, and there's always somebody better than I am, and they are trying harder than I am. So I have to stay on my toe and keep working hard, and I think that's the key, you know. You have to, you know, look behind or ahead because if somebody's coming or somebody's trying to pull away from you, so you have to work hard.
And obviously, that's how you become the second all-time leading scorer in the history of indoor soccer. We're not just talking about the Continental Indoor Soccer League. You really can never rest on your laurels.
No, definitely not. And then the beautiful thing is, it's like, you know, it's almost in the end of my career, so I'm in the point where I'm now, you know, I'm looking to those, you know, records and things like that, and I says, man, I can't believe, you know, and I'm right behind Steve Zungel, who to me was, you know, the best indoor player I ever saw play. I think his mind and his ability was fantastic, and it surprised me he's not involved in the game coaching because he was, you know, amazed. Not so much for the goals he scored, but so much for the assist and the leadership. You know, I know a lot of people had a little, you know, reservations about him and things like that, but I thought, you know, he was the premier player and still the premier player in indoor in this country.
What about playing for a franchise like the Dallas Sidekicks? Obviously, you've had a lot of experience in soccer. Even before indoor soccer, you played outdoors with the old Tampa Bay Rowdies. But with the Dallas Sidekicks, you get to fly on the Dallas Mavericks plane. And there's some amenities when you're in a situation like this.
Well, you guys spoil a little bit. You know, it's amazing. Lately we've been able to use the airplane, and you know, it's amazing. Extend your career for, you know, at least 3-4 years. It's just something fantastic. You land, jump in a bus, take you to the hotel or the arena, finish the game, you just jump in a bus or the van and take you to the airport, and you don't sit there and wait for an hour or two to catch the plane, and you just right in, and you know, you eat what you want, you walk, you know, it's fantastic. And just
top of the line.
Oh, it is amazing. You know, that's one thing I can't believe. You know, those basketball players and those guys have their personal plane and they complain. You know, I think that's fantastic. To me, it was a dream.
Quickly, the future of Tattoo, real quick. You still are enjoying this, obviously. How much longer?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe another year or two, and then that's it. You know, I think right now is, you know, I want to stay competitive, and I've always been one of the top players in the sport, and I want to stay that way. I don't want to just overdo it, because if you go a little longer and you still, you know, you're not there yet, so you finish and you retire with a better taste in your mouth. I want to retire when I'm doing well, still helping the team to win and still helping the sport. I just don't want to, you know, just do a little bit too much, then the bad taste will stay in my mouth forever.
Well, Tattoo, thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, that's Tattoo. We're joining us at halftime. We're back with more of the Continental Indoor Soccer League Game of the Week. It is the Eastern Division semifinal between the Washington Warthogs and Dallas Sidekicks.
How would you like to have a stomach that looks like this? How would you like to get the great feeling of a trimmer, slimmer waistline?
Yeah, sounds great, but find me the time to do it.
Introducing 8-Minute Abs, the fast way to get results where you want them most.
8-Minute Abs is great. I pop it in, I'm done, and it works.
8-Minute Abs takes you through a series of simple movements, scientifically designed to get you fast results. It takes just 8 minutes, and it will tighten and trim your waistline.
I use 8-Minute Abs, and I recommend it to all of my clients. It's very effective and fast.
I used to wear loose clothes to hide my tummy, but look, now I use 8-Minute Abs.
The secret to 8-Minute Abs is using the abdominal muscles in a specific sequence to maximize effectiveness. It's designed to give you results quickly and comfortably. And while you flatten your stomach and get rid of those love handles, you're strengthening your back and legs, too.
If you've got 8 minutes and a VCR, you'll get great abs, too.
8-Minute Abs is not available in stores. But if you call right now, we'll send yours for only $19.95. Plus, you'll receive a bonus, 8-Minute Buns, free. That's a $40 value for just $19.95. If for any reason you're not satisfied, return it for a full refund. Order now.
But wait, call right now and we'll send you 8-Minute Abs and 8-Minute Buns to you for just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. And we'll give you 5-day express delivery at no extra charge. So have your credit card or personal check ready and call 1-800-340-3400. That's 1-800-340-3400. Or send check or money order for $23.95 to 8-Minute Abs. Post Office Box 193, Devon, Pennsylvania 19333. But for free 5-day express delivery, get your credit card and call 1-800-340-3400. That's 1-800-340-3400. Call right now.
Back in Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas at the half. It's the Dallas Sidekicks 7, the Washington Warthogs 5, CISL Eastern Division Final Game number 1. Dave Johnson back with my broadcast partner Desmond Armstrong. And again, we are in the postseason, late in the postseason. But it's time to take a look back at the regular season. It's time for the Continental Indoor Soccer League award winners. And let's take a look at the first team, all Continental Indoor Soccer League. And Tattoo David Doyle right from this team, the Dallas Sidekicks. They've already shown why tonight.
Yeah, they have proven why they belong on this all-star team. These two have combined for goals and assists amongst themselves.
All right, also on the defensive side, all CISL, Terry Woodbury of the Arizona Sand Sharks and Ralph Black of the Anaheim Splash.
When you look for defenders, you look for whether or not they can come forward and score goals as well as defend very well.
Also, Goran Hunyak of the Washington Warthogs, who we're seeing tonight. He's had a big night. And Joe Papaleo, the guy he's trying to score against for Dallas. So Dallas placing 3 on that first team All-CISL. All right, now let's take a look at the CISL All-Rookie team. And the All-Rookie team, these are the young emerging stars that we have to be looking for in the Continental Indoor Soccer League. John Olu Maloma of San Diego, Rookie of the Year. What a season he had with the Sockers.
Oh, he's a beautiful player to watch. He knows how to take the ball one-on-one against the defender and score a lot of goals.
Also, Dante Washington in there for the Warthogs. Dan Barber of the Las Vegas Dust Devils. The Dust Devils still involved in the playoffs. Paul McDonald of Anaheim. And also, Hanyoni Martinez of Monterey. Doug Petras, the goalkeeper for the Pittsburgh Stingers. So these are the guys, Desmond Armstrong, that we're going to be looking for not only this season, but the rest of the way in the Continental Indoor Soccer League.
Yeah, this season and this league looks very good for the future because these players are very good players and they're going to carry on the tradition as they go forward.
Well, that's the important thing. We talked about, like, the legacy of the World Cup. Players need a place to develop. They need to develop at a high level, and that's one of the things the Continental Indoor Soccer League is offering players like we just noticed.
Most definitely. For a long time, players that came out of college didn't have a place to go, but they have now, the CISL, a lot of good competition, a lot of good teams, and a chance for them to develop to become better players for the future.
And we're seeing one tonight in Dante Washington. All right, we're coming back with the highlights of this first half, and there were a lot of them. The halftime score, the Dallas Sidekicks 7, the Washington Warthogs 5. We're coming back on Prime.
Catch the excitement of live Southwest Conference football on Special Order Sports. It's a new era for the SWC as the Texas Conference battles top 25 teams from across the country and each other only on Special Order Sports. The nation's premier players square off when dominating defenses and high-powered offenses collide in great matchups all season. Texas battles TCU live September 24th at 7 only on Special Order Sports. Call your local cable company and order today.
HSE is going to the Dogs at Houston's own Gulf Greyhound Park. Take an inside look at the exciting world of greyhound racing from the starter's gate to the finish line. Tuesdays at 4:30 on HSE.
SWC stands for Southwest Conference. And to catch all the exciting news from Lubbock to Houston, Austin to Dallas, and all points in between, this week in the SWC is the place. Wednesday at 5:30 on HSE.
Back at halftime, the Dallas Sidekicks lead the Washington Warthogs 7-5. Dave Johnson back with Desmond Armstrong. Let's take a look at some of the first half numbers, and no surprise, a record set. The number of shots on goal, 38 by the Warthogs.
Well, it took for them to take more shots to get some goals, first of all, and it has proved to be very beneficial for them.
All right, now Craig Way has also joined us tonight, and Craig Way is downstairs with Coach Jim Gabera of the Washington Warthogs. Craig?
All right, Dave. Jim, your thoughts on two completely different periods, first and second?
Well, they came out flying, and we seemed to wear them down a little bit in the second quarter. So it's basically anybody's game. We're where we want to be going into the second half. On the road down 2 goals.
Did taking the physical pace to them in the second period turn this game around?
I think it got us into the game a little bit more. We were a little bit tentative in the first quarter.
Okay, best of luck.
Thank you.
Jim Guevara, head coach of the Washington Warthogs. Dave?
All right, Craig, we are ready indeed for the second half, and we're coming back with it. It's the Dallas Sidekicks 7, the Washington Warthogs 5. Come on back on Prime.
You're watching HSE, the best team on TV.
Dave Johnson, Desmond Armstrong, back in Dallas, Texas. Big D, and at the half, the Dallas Sidekicks lead the Washington Warthogs 7-5.
Now, you want to talk about intense. Here's a situation where Tattoo has the ball. He gets clipped from behind right here from Gorn, and there's a little talking face-to-face right here, and then we go for a little bit of a headbutt. And bam, right on his forehead. He's like, did you see that? So it's an intense game.
Intense indeed, and we expect more of the same. David Doyle out because of a misconduct call, so he will ride the penalty box for a while, but teams aren't even strength. Washington in the green jerseys, they get called for the foul. Dallas in the purple. Mike Powers standing over it. Dave Johnson, Desmond Armstrong. This is Continental Indoor Soccer League playoff game number 1 of the Eastern Division Final. Eric Date, also Craig Way with us, and he's providing us the excellent analysis from down on the turf, and believe me, he's in an animated position tonight. Nick Stavro, that's really where the action is. We got the cushy jobs up here.
He's just ducking blows down there.
That's right. I'm not getting there. Dante Washington tries to charge through for Washington. Hunyak goes up for the header, gets it to Washington. Washington flips it forward. Now Dante trying to bowl forward. Mike Powers alertly heads it back to his goalkeeper, Joe Papaleo. Experienced play.
Yeah, great read because he thought he was going to try to flip it over his head. He beats it to the ball and was able to head it back into Joe's hands.
All right, Gianpaolo Pedroso. Oh, good cross. Yes, indeed. But David Teddy was there for the Washington Warthogs. Now the Warthogs try to counterattack. Hunyak. Nick Stavro will have the read for the Dallas Sidekicks. Get Dallas in the purple. They are the defending CISL champions. Deb Reeves now for the Sidekicks.
Jim Gabar, the coach for the Washington Warthogs, talked about the physicalness of the first half to get his team into it. But along with that, they were able to score some goals to get themselves back in there also.
Indeed, what a charge they made in the second half of the second quarter after going down 6-0. And 3-line violation, free kick coming up for the Dallas Sidekicks. And remember, we told you that in the first quarter. Don't get lulled into comfort with a 6-0 lead if you're a Dallas Sidekick fan.
Well, you brought up a good point when you said that 6 goals can be scored in the second quarter.
And it was.
And look what happened.
5 for one team, though, and 1 for the Sidekicks. Curtis Partain gets behind the defense.
If that shot's on goal, it's in. He was wide open.
Yep, no question. Got behind the defense. Now Eric McClellan leads the charge for Kirsten Searsbach. Eric Dade gets in the fray on him. Those two wrestle. Dade, presence of mind to clear it out. Now Tattoo and Eric McClellan. McClellan, or rather Manny Matajo, now Eric McClellan. Gets around Dave Reichard. He's fouled. Whistle, free kick for Washington.
I don't know about that call.
Dave Reichard, he scored a goal in the first half. Speedy, electrifying player for the Dallas Sidekicks. 13:05 left third quarter. Matajo, Manny Matajo for the Warthogs. Curtis Partain comes up the steal. Now Tattoo. Hunyak, the challenge. And the whistle on Hunyak, a free kick coming up for the Sidekicks. Scoring Gorn, an intense competitor who's scored his share of goals tonight. He's got 2 tonight, but there he helps out on defense.
Yeah, both teams are playing both ways. When they have the ball, they're on offense. When they lose the ball, everybody's on defense.
Tattoo looking to make the turn on Matajo. Now Dave Reichard comes racing through. Bill Hart gets back on defense. The ball loose. Matajo sweeps it away. And now the Washington Warthogs. Gorn Hunyak on the counterattack. Reichard coming from behind. Hunyak now gets into the corner to Dante Washington. Dante, nice move on his double team. The ricochet. Hunyak comes knifing through. Can't get the shot.
Great defensive play by Powers back there to get to the ball first and deflect it out of danger.
Bill Hart is going to put it back into his own net.
Can't be too happy with this. Hart plays the ball back to his goalkeeper. Titty's a little bit high And he can't get back in space to get to the ball before it rolls in the back of the net. Bit of an errant pass by Hart because he plays it without having to look at it or look where to see where his goalkeeper was. Plays it back first time, assuming it is back there, and the ball sails in.
Makes it 8-5. The Dallas Sidekicks lead the Washington Warthogs 8-5. And I tell you what, you feel for Bill Hart in that situation, the own goal. And here comes Hart again, got to get back into the game. And it goes back to Joe Papaleo.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, but as a good professional would do, you forget about it and move forward.
Koziel and Chris Hayden. Koziel for the Warthogs. Up to Karsten Searsbach. Nick Stavro. Back to John Hedlund. Also frustrating to see it happen in such a hotly contested game.
Most definitely. Dallas was able to score a goal right at the end of the first half, and now a goal.
Stavro, it's in the net! Nick Stavro!
Oh my goodness, what a shot! That was a great shot.
Nine to 5.
Gets the ball in the corner, hits the first time off the turn.
And ricochets off the twine.
Up and out. Unbelievable shot. Catches Tenney off guard as he turns and shoots the ball first time.
Nick Stavro with his second goal of the playoffs, and all of a sudden the Washington Warthogs have to climb back from a 9-5 deficit. They had to climb back from 6 goals down and make it a 1-goal game. Let's see if they still have the legs to do this. Denison Cabral swims it along with Joe Papaleo, the goalkeeper for Dallas, comes up with it. Now Curtis Partey. Here comes Curtis Partey. He loses the ball, maintains, gets the shot off. Tattoo. And now a whistle and a foul on Dallas. It'll be a free kick.
That was a great run by Partey to get down there, cut it across his defender, and get a shot on goal.
Troy Snyder. The heart keeps beating in this game. Eric Eichmann looking for Denison Cabral. Dev Reeves sends it upfield. The header by Troy Snyder. Now Eichmann controls, makes the turn to Goran Hunyak. Bad pass. Tattoo. Tattoo for Nick Stavro. Stavro, the shot. It's in the net.
Overlap by Stavro, he gets on a first-time shot and in the back of the net again. Uncontested, no defender following him. A Tattoo waits for him. He knows he's there, he plays it, and he takes a shot first time, and he beats Tenney to the near post.
So Nick Stavro, second goal tonight, as things are happening in pairs for the Sidekicks. And now they lead 10-5, and this is like a rerun of the first quarter, which the Sidekicks dominated. Only makes you wonder what's going to happen to the fourth. Papaleo has trouble with the shot by Dante Washington, and Washington comes up limping into that shot. Dave Reichart leading the charge. Reichart takes the shot, glances off Bill Hart.
Gordon did very well. Gordon Jago, the coach of the Dallas Sidekicks, did very well to get his team prepared for the second half. Told them to be calm. They had the lead. Get their opportunities, take some shots on goal, and then they'll prevail.
And Eric Dade hustles down Denison Cabral, looking at the eyes of a defender. Hunyak plays it forward. Now back to Manny Matajo. Matajo into the corner for Cabral. Eric Dade the header. Cabral battles for it. And now Cabral and Dade want to go at it.
For Dallas, they have to stay out of the taunting situation. They're winning right now. A little push, just shake it off.
10-5. I think Dade takes exception to the need of the breadbasket. They battled for the ricochet. Cabral, hard challenge by Dave Reichart. Tahoe now. David Doyle the challenge. Hunyak gives it away to Pedroso. Here comes David Doyle. But Tahoe wins it back and is tussled to the carpet by Doyle. Dev Reeves with the steal. Now Doyle.
Great turn.
Hunyak riding on him. I'll make that Bill Hart, and it'll be a... Well, it was Hunyak. It'll be a free kick coming up for the Dallas Sidekicks.
Little tussle right there. I didn't see anything on that one. How would you take it?
David Doyle trying to draw me into a referee controversy. Dennison Cabral for the Washington Warthogs. Again, the Warthogs in the green, Dallas in the purple. 10-5 the score. The Sidekicks lead the Warthogs. Dave Johnson, Desmond Armstrong, and Craig Way in Dallas.
Well, you know, if there's any game to test the referee, this is the game to test.
Well, and believe it or not, the pace is slowed here in the third quarter after a breakneck second quarter. Hunyak, marked by Dave Reichard. Now David Doyle comes up with the ball. For Reichard, he's got Pedroso cutting upfield. It's 3-on-1. To Pedroso, the shot, it's in the net.
Great execution on a fast break situation. Plays out to the wing. Pedroso's on the end of it. In the back of the net again. Bertini, I mean, he's trying to get in position here. He tries to cut it off, but it's the defense in front of him that's going to have to help him out tonight, and it hasn't been doing a good job.
Well, you're hard-pressed to stop a 3-on-1 on the part of the Dallas Sidekicks, and Gianpaolo Pedroso finishes. 53 points this season versus 8 last season. Tells you how far he's come in development. We had him for the first Continental Indoor Soccer League game of the week this year against the Houston Hotshots, and we were impressed then. Eric Eichmann was brought to the carpet. It'll be a free kick for the Warthogs in the green, as once again they find themselves with a 6-goal deficit. In the second quarter, they charge back from a 6-goal deficit. Can they do it twice in one night? Tattoo. Curtis Partey, the shot. It's blocked by Troy Snyder, almost redirected into the net. Snyder, there's elbows all over the place. And Nick Stavro gets the foul. Karsten Searsbach for the Warthogs. They have an attack. Searsbach, the shot. The ball of Eichmann, he misses.
Great shot
by Karsten Searsbach. David Teddy under pressure. 8:36 left third quarter, plenty of time.
A lot of time, but it's going to take some more shots like that. Challenge the goalkeeper and get the rebound and put them in order for Washington to get back into this game.
Eichmann to Troy Snyder. The 50-50 ball is definitely going to Dallas right now.
Most definitely.
Curtis Partey, you see him shadowing Eichmann.
Dallas is doing a good job of challenging every dead ball situation, every free ball.
And Partey gets a 2-minute penalty. And that may be because of the way it came from behind.
Yeah, the referees are starting to crack down on that more and more as you see each game go by. No tackling from behind. But again, here he is challenging the ball. Every situation. I don't know, looked like it was kind of square, but the referee calls a foul.
Well, again, that's something worldwide. FIFA, the soccer governing body, wants it done in outdoor soccer. They want clampdowns on tackles from behind, and clearly that's the message sent there by referee Raul Dominguez. Gordon Jago does not agree, and Herb Silva just has to wait for things to calm down. So a power play for Washington. Let's see what they can do with it with 8:11 left in the third quarter.
Again, the objective is to knock the ball around the perimeters, look for open space to get an open shot.
Gordon Hunyak has trouble with that size 4 ball. Dave Reichard charges out. Reichard, David Teddy is out. Teddy blocks it away. Reichard now in the corner, fires a shot. Teddy shuts him down. And the power play does not get off to a good start. Eric Dade into the penalty arch, and finally the green shirts of Washington as Eichmann goes into the corner.
Washington a little bit too casual on this power play situation. They should be a little more urgent. Knock the ball around, shift the defense, and get an open shot.
1:21 left on the man advantage for Washington.
Dallas doing very well to close down the space, get the ball, and get on a fast break to have a shot on goal.
As they try to sneak back into this game. It was 7-5 at half. It's 11-5 now. Jorge Alvarez in the corner for the Warthogs. And he is called for the foul as he dumps Mike Powers. Look at that, and I think we're seeing it tonight. Washington really struggling on the man advantage. They just don't seem to have any symmetry, if you will. They just can't seem to put it together, and they find themselves, it seems, almost more on the defensive on the power play.
Yeah, they're dead last in the league with that type of percentage, man. They have to make the most of their opportunities. They have an extra man. They should knock the ball around the perimeters, look for an open shot, or look for a designated shooter. They have some guys that can crack a ball out there, so just knock the ball around, look for the open shot. It's not about passing, it's about shooting.
Denison Cabral, will he shoot? In the corner to Alvarez. Troy Snyder. Cabral gets a shot, fires Papaleo, what a save!
Great save by Papaleo.
That was a goal anywhere else.
Showing his experience to be poised in position, waiting for that shot.
Alvarez, it's in the net! Beautiful pass from Gordon Hunyak to Jorge Alvarez. And with 23 seconds left on the man advantage, Washington nets their 6th goal of the night.
Washington starting to improve their percentages on the power play situation. Papaleo tries to get to it. He comes to the near post. The shot's too quick. Alvarez knocks it in the near post in the back of the net. Great ball by Gorin right here to look for it, play it to the far post, and then Alvarez hits it first time, beating Papaleo to the near post.
All right, so the Washington Warthogs make notice. They're coming back. It's the Dallas Sidekicks 11, the Warthogs 6. We have a break in the action. Come on back on Prime. It's playoff intensity.
Ask any pro why he does it. And he'd say, it's the ring. Introducing the officially licensed Pro Team rings from Balfour. Now you can wear the only ring handcrafted by the same master jewelers who fashion championship rings for such teams as the Yankees, Celtics, Penguins, and Cowboys. Your Pro Team ring will be made here in America of beautiful Balfour Celestium for the look of real gold or silver. When you call to order, we'll send a color picture of your ring and a sizer to ensure a perfect fit. Call the number on your screen now and receive a free matching team pin at $12.95 value. There's no payment now. You'll be billed $19 before shipment and 4 monthly payments of $19 each. Wear the ring, a Pro Team ring from Balfour, the choice of champions.
Call now 1-800-532-9393, 1-800-532-9393.
Off to Rooks to the hoop.
Markley right out on Thorpe. Thorpe gets around and slams it home. Marley takes it in on the drive. Elijah Watt. Oh, my goodness.
HSE, the best team on TV. The sports world is talking on New Sport Talk.
Oh, it's my book. When you write your book, I'll listen to you.
Find out on New Sport Talk, Tuesday night on HSE.
So Washington in the green continues to play catch-up. Eric Eichmann. Cozy will try to run onto it, but David Doyle. Back is Troy Snyder. Oh, steady. Denison Cabral off Karsten Searsbach. Now David Doyle for the Sidekicks. 1-on-3, the shot. David Tenney comes out to scoop it up.
Wow, the pace of this game is just blistering.
David Doyle, even though he had a 1-on-3, you never know who has the advantage sometimes with him.
Yeah, David's going to shoot from any angle he can strike from.
Troy Snyder goes down hard in a collision with Dev Reeves, and he's going to go into the box.
Snyder's in some pain down there.
Well, unfortunately, when you have a situation like this, a game that is going like this, at this kind of pace, injuries are bound to be sustained. Jim Gabera is steaming, the head coach of the Warthogs. Dev Reeves given the penalty, and Washington have a power play.
Troy goes to the ball to the outside of his left boot, flips it past.
Boom.
And he gets clipped right on the outside of his knee.
Now, Tattoo, a nice gesture in midfield. As we see the replay again. Yeah, that hurts. There's nothing back there to protect you. Tattoo was just over to make sure his former teammate, Troy Snyder, was okay. The ultimate professional Tattoo we had the pleasure to visit with at halftime.
Yeah, great sportsmanship there. He's probably giving him some stick, telling him to get up, stop rolling around. You're okay.
I don't know if Troy Snyder would agree with that. Snyder seems to be okay. Dev Reeves will be in the penalty box for 2 minutes, so Washington in the green will have a power play. Man advantage. We're in the third quarter of what has been an incredible game from Dallas.
Let's see whether Washington can improve on their power play again.
Bill Hart, the shot. The header, Denison Cabral, it's in the net. A goal for Washington. I think you set it up, Desmond.
Yeah, quick execution there. Again, the important thing for a power play is to get in there, get a shot. Don't pass it around too much. You have an extra man, you got a free space, you shoot the ball.
Well, 2:44 left in the third quarter.
Here comes the shot. Hits off of the wall, and Cabral is just right in position, waiting for it. Heads it down. The important thing, head it down, and in the back of the net.
It's an indoor soccer goal.
Yeah, definitely. As the shot goes wide off the glass, it comes back into the middle. And it's textbook. Cabral's right there waiting for it.
12-7, so a 5-goal lead for Dallas. 19 goals tonight. Nick Stavro now ahead for Eric Dade for Dallas as the Sidekicks continue.
Wow, you talk about goal fest, man. This is the game.
Unbelievable. Tattoo. Curtis Partain for the Sidekicks is taken down. A free kick coming up for the Sidekicks as Joe Koziel and Partain go at it.
A little chatter back there.
You remember him well from your playing days.
Oh, yeah. Got to get in his head.
Free kick coming up for the Dallas Sidekicks. David Teddy, you see him orchestrating his defense.
Probably a shot coming off of this from Tattoo.
Gonna get the whistle. Eric Dade for Tattoo, the shot, and it is blocked.
The wall stood firm.
Yep. We'll put it back to Joe Papaleo. Headed by Koziel, back to Troy Snyder, back to David Teddy. A heading foul.
Play it upfield as opposed to his keeper.
Eric McClellan looking to get a step on Curtis Partain. Fires a shot. Good effort.
Now Washington is starting to win the second ball off of the first shot. That's what got him back into the game.
Exactly. You've got to get that second ball. Hunyak for Denison Cabral. Eric McClellan. Nice ball for Cabral. Cabral under a jersey tug. Stays with it. McClellan taken down by Partain. Good call by referee Herb Silver. Be a free kick for Washington.
Yeah, good call. He was right there. He saw everything.
Back off, Tattoo. Ball's here, please.
Actually, both these referees, or all three, have done a good job tonight, given the circumstances. I mean, of this kind of intense atmosphere.
Back off. Good. Hold it there. Hold it.
Not fooling around. On the restart, McClellan. Troy Snyder now. 1:04 left in the third quarter. Jorge Alvarez, the shot, but followed by Cabral. It's in the seats. It'll be a throw-in for Joe Papaleo.
There's a situation in which Washington should have shot the ball first time on goal with that free kick opportunity. But they got a shot, went a little bit wide, rebound, and then it went high.
Well, if you like what you're seeing tonight, stay with us. The CISL finals begin. That's what it really is for all the marbles. And we'll be somewhere next week. One of those four cities with two teams going at it. Check your local listings. CISL and Prime marches on. We may go on till Christmas. We don't want this to end.
Not with games like this.
How about a best of 27? Bill Hart, the shot. Hunyak now for Washington in the green. The Warthogs have been very resilient tonight. Coming back from a 6-goal deficit to make it a 1-goal game, but we have a 5-goal lead for Dallas right now, 12-7.
Again, Washington's starting to win the second and third balls off of the first shot. Keeping the pressure on Dallas.
Bill Hart. And it goes back to Manny Montajo. Jordan Hunyek played off the ball. Washington having trouble on the attack. Now, look out, the crafty one, the Dublin Dynamo, David Doyle. For Gianpaolo Pedroso, but David Teddy sweeps it away. Manny Montajo under pressure. Montajo gets it back. 9 seconds left. Here comes Dev Reeves, the shot, Teddy the save. Montajo under pressure will put it up into the streets. And with 1.1 second left, we'll have a kick in for Dallas.
Montajo did well just to get to that ball and get it up and out because Doyle was right there ready to pounce on it, and put it in.
Now remember, Washington scored 5 goals in the second quarter of play. And they'll have to do the same in the fourth quarter if they want to tie an experienced Dallas club that came out and put 6 goals on the board before I think Washington realized what zip code they were in. Eric Dade for David Doyle. Teddy got a paw on that. Wow, put an exclamation point by that. We have given you 45 minutes of heart-pounding drills. 15 more coming your way. Deep in the heart of Texas. It's 12-7 Dallas.
Attention homeowners. Coming your way now. A double good deal from Sears, the home heating professionals. 0% finance charge, no billing, no payments till January 95 when you take advantage of Sears installed heating offer on Sears Charge Home Improvement Plan and save $100. Call now to arrange for your free in-home estimate. Then have Sears install your new energy-efficient Kenmore furnace. This Kenmore 90, for instance, can save up to 43% of your energy costs. Any Kenmore furnace is yours during Sears Double Good Deal. Save $100. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, no payments till January 95. Call now. Offer ends October 2nd. At Sears, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. Call for Sears Double Good Heating Deal. Save $100. Get 0% financing till January 95. You can count on Sears, the most trusted name around the house.
You're watching HSE, the best team on TV.
If you'd like to lose weight once and for all, here's good news. I'm Ann Fletcher. As a professional nutritionist, I've studied hundreds of people who have lost weight and kept it off for 5, 10, 20 years and more. Their inspirational, real-life stories are all in my new book, Thin for Life. Learn the 10 keys to mastering your own weight, the hard-earned secrets of people who are living proof that you can lose weight for good. Thin for Life can help you stay thin permanently without pills or potions, without becoming an exercise fanatic or giving up good, satisfying food. If you've tried and tried to lose weight only to gain it back, Thin for Life can change your life once and for all.
Order Thin for Life at the direct from publisher price of just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Call 1-800-423-2121. Order now and receive the Simply Healthful Cookbook full of delicious low-fat recipes absolutely free. Call now, 1-800-423-2121.
This is the Continental Indoor Soccer League game of the week on Prime. The Dallas Sidekicks and the Washington Warthogs. On the restart, Nick Stavro. And it goes back to Joe Papaleo. We are in Dallas, Texas. Papaleo, long ball upfield. Looking for Tattoo. Tattoo trying to break free. David Teddy is able to snare. Good defense on the part of Manny Montajo for the Washington Warthogs.
For Washington, it's going to take for them to just push forward as fast as possible, get some shots off, and hope for the best. Win the second ball and the third ball and continue shooting.
The thing I wonder is if they have the legs left in it, Desmond. It was one thing to make a comeback from a 6-goal deficit in the second quarter. I don't know about the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's a good point because you get tired out there. A lot of shots means a lot of fatigue for your legs. These guys are coming off a tough series against Monterey, and the fitness factor has to be questioned here.
David Teddy been in goal all night for the Washington Warthogs, as is Joe Papaleo for the Dallas Sidekicks. Joe Cozio now for the Warthogs. Puts it back to Troy Snyder. Eric McClellan. Back to Troy Snyder. Snyder knocks it upfield for Denison Cabral. Cabral nods it down. 10 minutes left here. the fourth quarter. And it goes back to David Teddy. Craig Way is downstairs. Craig, what do you have for us?
Down here on the field, you'll take a look. You'll see a stopwatch here in the hand of one of the assistant trainers here for the Washington Warthogs. What he's doing, guys, he's timing shifts. And we have to remember, there is a game to be played tomorrow night. I think we're starting to see the toll that it's taking on each of these teams. The shifts are getting a little shorter. The guys are getting a little more winded. They do have to play tomorrow night in Landover.
That's a good point by Craig Way. I don't know how these guys are going to make the trip and then also have to play a game in Washington.
Yeah, it's brutal on the body. Just to be honest, it's very, very brutal. These guys are, supreme athletes. They're fit, and they'll do what's called for.
Dallas Sidekicks in the purple. The Washington Warthogs in the green. Sidekicks 13, Sidekicks 13, Washington 7. And a foul on the part of Troy Snyder. And Snyder's going to go to the box for 2 minutes as he takes down Chris Price, and that's not what Washington needed with 9:11 left in the fourth quarter.
Troy goes in with 2-foot tackle right here, right against the board, dangerous. And you can see some of the fatigue coming through in some of the decisions that are being made, when to tackle, some late tackles, you step slow sometimes, and it results in a penalty. 2-minute penalty.
This is the Continental Indoor Soccer League Game of the Week on Drive. The Dallas Sidekicks and the Washington Warthogs. Sidekicks lead the Warthogs 13-7. All right, the Sidekicks in the purple get to go on the man advantage. 2-minute penalty to number 3, Troy Snyder, as he took down Chris Price. Sidekicks with the best power play in the league. This was a blistering game with a frenetic pace that has produced 20 goals, but a third quarter that was the difference as Dallas came charging back after getting outscored 5-1 in the second. Tattoo the shot, David Doyle the rebound.
You'll see that Dallas will be very patient right now. They got all the time in the world. They'll knock it around and then look for the clearly open shot, then strike on goal.
And now away from the play.
Come on, with the elbow. Come on.
Gianpaolo Pedroso gets called for elbowing Joe Cozio.
Going at that elbow. Relax me. Trust me. You see? 2 minutes with the elbow. 2 minutes with the elbow. In the box. I understand. No, go in the box, please. No.
Herb Silva on the mic, the referee for the Continental Indoor Soccer League. So with 8:47 left, Gianpaolo Pedroso goes into the penalty box. So we're going to have 4-on-4 soccer here for the next minute 36. Then Washington has a power play, Desmond Armstrong.
Yeah, wide open soccer right now because it is 4-on-4.
Easy. I'll throw the elbow.
So Herb Silva cracking down on the elbow, which can really mess up a dental work. And after all, Herb should know he's a dentist. John Hedlund for the Dallas Sidekicks. Joe Cozio now for the Washington Warthogs. The Warthogs venture forth. He's spun around by David Doyle. And John Hedlund steps on him and says, we're going to play tomorrow, guys. I'm feeling their bruises up here.
Yeah, this is a brutal game.
McClellan in for Dante Washington. Washington can't get the turn. Cozio now for the Warthogs. Dante Washington over to McClellan. Can't get the shot to go, and David Doyle clears it out. Doyle now on the attack for the Sidekicks. The shot, Teddy the save. 4-on-4 soccer. We'll let you know when Washington has the man advantage. Tattoo the shot. Teddy. A tense moment for David Teddy.
Did well to get back and hold that ball as it went through his legs. For Washington, they should just continue to push forward.
And they do. Eric McClellan, the shot. Papaleo, the save. Matajo, the shot. Papaleo, the save.
Great save by Papaleo.
Now here's David Doyle. The shot. Ricochet. Comes out too hard for Tattoo.
That last sequence, Papaleo was so keen on it.
And now, Tattoo directs traffic, gives it back to Mike Powers.
A lot of words exchanged down there.
And it goes off. Washington, the quick restart. Joe Papaleo is able to collect it with 7:10 left. So Troy Snyder's back on the carpet. Washington has a man advantage for 18 seconds. Bill Hart on the ball for the Warthogs in green. Dashing in is Matao. And he gets called for, let's see, they give it to Tattoo, I guess. The foul on Tattoo.
It was a pushing foul on Tattoo, coming from behind and push.
He's still into this game, there's no question. Troy Snyder now for the Washington Warthogs. The Warthogs watching the clock tick down. They have 4 seconds on a man advantage. And I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with it. Teams in even strengths. Pedroza comes out. So the power plays evaporate with 6:44 left. The Warthogs look to form an attack that'll lead them back in this game down by 6 goals. Eric Day clears it.
This is the key right here. As the ball comes out, Washington has to continue to win the ball, win the second and third balls, and 50-50 challenges.
Curtis Partain, the clear. Now Pedroso for the speedy Partain.
Good ball.
Partain taken down by Kozio. Partain returns the favor. Now Eichmann lofts it forth. 6:11 left. Dev Reeves controls it for the Sidekicks. Curtis Partain now in the corner for Dallas. He goes down. And Joe Kozio still in the card. A power play coming up for Dallas again. Timeout! And an official timeout here in Dallas. So, a couple of ragged edges here, but we've had a thrilling game tonight in Dallas. The Sidekicks lead Washington 13-7. We're coming back on Prime.
The Bowflex Power Pro outperforms Solaflex and Nordic Flex, and we can show you how. Call this toll-free number now, and we'll send our head-to-head comparison video absolutely free. You'll see why the Bowflex cable pulley system can give you better results than Solaflex or Nordic Flex.
You'll see how your workout with Bowflex can be faster.
Bowflex is more versatile. It comes with a lifetime warranty, and it's simply a better value for you. Sound interesting? Call now, and you'll also receive this fact-filled brochure that details the quality, performance, and convenience that only Bowflex can deliver. Go ahead. Call and make your own comparison. The time and money you save will be worth it.
Looking for a few scares this October? Well, check out HSE's October lineup. The arrows and stars pull out the blades to carve up the ice. The Southland SWC SEC and Pac-10 look to throw some treats and hand out some tricks. And the women of the SWC are bringing out the spice. Yikes! Still looking for some thrills? Well, tune in to HSE in October.
Texas, home of the Cowboys and home of the Continental Indoor Soccer League champion, the Dallas Sidekicks. 6:01 left in the fourth quarter. The Sidekicks lead the Washington Warthogs 13-7. The Sidekicks in the purple will go on the power play. Tattoo to David Doyle. The shot, it's in the net. And power play is over.
If you want to know how to execute a free kick, here it is. The ball gets played back to David Doyle, hits the first time, and into the corner. Tinney was a little bit screened by the player in front of him, his defender in front of him. But Doyle just cracks the ball. You couldn't hit a better ball than that.
No question about it. Again, at one point this game was a 1-goal game, but now it's a 7-goal margin for Dallas, their largest of the night. We're joined also tonight by Craig Way, and Craig's right in the thick of things. Craig?
Well, look, it's now getting to a frustrating point for the Washington Warthogs, obviously, and Joe Kozio may be a marked man. A few moments ago, down on the field, Tattoo walked up to him and said, hey, you want me? Come and get me. So it might be something to watch for tomorrow night when the two teams get together again and square off in Landover.
Gordon Hunyak and Denison Cabral now for the Washington Warthogs in the green as they valiantly try to salvage something out of this game one. And they go for a sixth attacker. That's Troy Snyder. So an extra field player on. Phil Hart takes the shot. John Hedlund turns and squares and clears, but Troy Snyder is able to handle it. So good strategy on the part of Jim Gabera with 5:30 left.
Yeah, try to pull out all the stops right now to get yourself back into this game, hopefully. The thing that Washington has to watch out for is in the first shot, like this, they have to win the second and third ball.
Otherwise, it's this.
Wide open goal.
Gordon Hunyak comes up with it. I tell you what, even though the lead is so large for Dallas, the intensity is not lightened up at all. Manny Mataho. And that probably was set by the fact that Washington has recovered from a 6-goal deficit. But now, Gianpaolo Pedroso, the shot, it's in the net.
Pedroso looks up, sees an open net, hits it from half field, and it sails in.
Makes it 15-7, and for Pedroso, the hat trick now. 4:53 as Chris Price congratulates him, left in the fourth quarter. And this crowd, Dallas, they've seen it all, and I think the crowd's exhausted.
Yeah, they have been entertained. A lot of energy has flowed through this crowd because of all the goals. It's been a goal fest here.
Joe Kozio and the Washington Warthogs will try to add to that goal fest. Bill Hart now for the Warthogs. Sends it. He had a beautiful goal from long distance, but that one punched away by Papaleo.
Papaleo handled that very well, just like knocked it out of bounds. Very poised.
Yeah, these two teams are fighting in a best-of-3 Eastern Division final. Game 2 tomorrow in Landover. Eric Eichmann on the corner. Eichmann, the ricochet went off the top of the dasher board. Dallas's tattoo. Dev Reeves. David Doyle has trouble clearing. Now uses the boards, goes off Eric Eichmann's head. And a heading volley that Eichmann tries to put an end to, but Dave Reichart intervenes for Dallas. Now the Warthogs try to get the charges going. Eichmann is elbowed by Reichart. And it'll be a free kick coming up for the Warthogs. Kozio takes a shot on tattoo. Jorge Alvarez dumps Dev Reeves.
I was going to say bodies are just banging out. There's been a blistering pace.
Dave Reichart makes a move on Eichmann. Reichart, triple teamed. Eichmann gets in his way. Pokes it out for Alvarez. Nice work on the part of the Warthogs. But Reichart, who's been Mr. Hustle all night, gets it ahead to tattoo. But Eichmann now. Eric Eichmann leads the charge for Washington with 3:42 left in the fourth quarter. Jorge Alvarez, marked by Mike Powers of Dallas. Dallas in the purple. The elbows continue to fly. The tension is still there. And Alvarez trips him from behind, and a free kick coming up for the Dallas Sidekicks.
Powers did well to fight for that ball, win it, and then go on the offense. And as Alvarez tried to recover, he cuts across him with the ball, cut into his ankle, and drew the foul. Here it is. He cuts across right here, goes across. Alvarez clips him, and he drew the foul. A smart move by an experienced player.
Talk to you nice. Keep your energy in the game. Talking to you nice.
All right. Okay? So a 2-minute penalty is given to Jorge Alvarez, and now, believe it or not, the Sidekicks up 50-7. Have yet another excellent scoring opportunity, a power play, and they are the best in the Continental Indoor Soccer League at this.
They have been lethal tonight.
He's in. No.
Herb Silva, the mic is on him. Jim Gabera has guided this team into the Eastern Division Finals, guided them back from a 6-goal deficit, but the third quarter turned out to be the difference tonight.
They'll take their time now, they'll hold the ball, knock it around a little bit, and they're not rushed. They have no reason to be.
A minute 44 left on the power play, 3:09 left in the game.
And the winner of this series meets the winner of the Las Vegas-Anaheim series. Tattoo the shot off Koziel's back heel. Now Denison Cabral leads the charge. He's got a Rod Young running up the wing. Cabral is going to take it. The shot, Papaleo the save. Gianpaolo Pedroso, minute 17 on the power play for Dallas.
Great save by Papaleo to be in position, waiting for the shot, knocked it wide, and then Dallas's defense comes in, gets the ball, and they're on the offense again.
I tell you what, I cannot remember an indoor game I've seen in recent history that had a pace like this, at least through the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, you make a good point. I haven't seen any games of this pace in a long, long time. But we are in the playoffs.
Eric Dane. This cross there on the part of Curtis Partain, and it's snuffed out by David Teddy, the Warthogs goalkeeper. 42 seconds left on the penalty. Denison Cabral. Cabral out for the Warthogs. We'll put it back for Troy Snyder. The Warthogs try to kill off this penalty.
Look at the save category here. Washington with 35 saves, Dallas with 25. Washington saves of 35 is a CISL record. A lot of records were broken tonight.
That shows you about the pace. I mean, I don't have the calculator handy to figure out how many shots per minute we've seen tonight. Last check we had, look at it. It's a 60-minute game, so go figure.
Wow.
That's what, at least 134, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did I add that, or you carried the one?
You did it well.
Teams at even strength now. Dallas in the purple jerseys. David Doyle. The cross into the corner, Tattoo. It's blocked. Doyle, the header. Teddy swats it away. Still loose now. Teddy snares it.
Teddy does well to get to that ball as the first shot comes in. He blocked it, and then he goes up to catch it.
Jorge Alvarez now for the Warthogs. We have 1:05 left in this game. Game 1 of the Eastern Division Final.
Back to equal strength now.
Jorge Alvarez, and he's tripped up. John Hedlund, and Dallas controls it, no call. And now with 48 seconds left, I think it's fair to say the Sidekicks will win game 1, 15-7. So tonight, the Warthogs tried to pull the upset in Reunion Arena. Again, this team has lost only one time. Now wait for the play. A red card is being given to Jim Cabera, the head coach of the Washington Warthogs. I think what he was mad about was a call he thought was missed on Jorge Alvarez, tripped up. The previous sequence.
Most definitely, it was probably something that set him off. Alvarez beats a player, gets clipped. Looked like a dive, possibly. Refs don't call it. And Gabar has a few words for the ref.
Well, there he had a few words for Gordon Jago. Cabera walks by Craigway. So Jim Cabera, obviously angered by Raul Dominguez.
And this has been a battle tonight.
39.3 seconds left, and Cabera is ejected. So Dev Reeves for the Dallas Sidekicks. Back to Eric Dane. Dave Reichart now for the Sidekicks. And the Sidekicks are going to notch game 1. Again, they are the favored team, the dominant team in the CISL. But dare we say, Washington went 3 games to Monterey before they pulled out a victory. So, believe me, in indoor soccer, I don't know if I'd venture forth and say Dallas is a lock to win the series.
No, not at all.
But they certainly can put the league on notice that they are indeed still the team to beat, the defending champions. And this one's heading to the books. Wow! Over 130 shots in 60 minutes of play. The final, the Dallas Sidekicks 15, the Washington Warthogs 7. We're coming back.
Have you ever created or invented a new product? Don't just let it sit there. Do something about it. You can start by calling the Inventors Helpline in Washington, D.C. at 800-227-7000. You'll receive free confidential forms and useful information describing the invention process. And when you call right now, you'll also receive a free brochure which tells you how to begin developing your new idea. So get the ball rolling. Pick up your phone right now and call for your free Inventor's Kit.
Call 800-227-7000.
I've raced in China, Korea, Japan, but never in Vietnam.
Oh, King Matilda. Oh, King Matilda.
Oh, he's on it. The man's out of this world.
Prime plays the world.
Dave Johnson, Desmond Armstrong back in Dallas. The final, the Dallas Sidekicks defeating the Washington Warthogs 15-7. So I take a 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series Eastern Division final. It's time for our Gatorade play of the game. And it was executed, believe it or not, by a member of the losing team, the Washington Warthogs, Dante Washington, on the bicycle.
The ball gets deflected by Dade here, and Dante goes up for a bicycle kick that goes through the legs of Papaleo and into the back of the net.
That it made it 6-4 at that point, but as you see, the Warthogs falling tonight 15-7. We're coming back with more from Dallas. Stay seated.
When I played basketball, I always wanted the ball. And I got it where it should go. And I always drink Gatorade, because nothing's better. Now I'm playing baseball. I still drink Gatorade. I still want the ball. I still know where it should go. And sooner or later, I'm going to get it there. I hope. It's got to be Gatorade.
To a 7-year-old, velocity doesn't mean much. The equations that surround mass and momentum aren't as much fun as the song on the radio. And crash test dummies don't go on family vacations. But the people who buy Volkswagen Jettas do. That's why our engineers designed the new Jetta with dual airbags, front and rear crumple zones, side impact beams, and a rigid passenger safety cage. Velocity, mass, and momentum don't mean much to children, and we plan on keeping it that way.
It's time to jam.
Can you dig it?
It's time to jam with college football. All season on HSE.
Can you dig it?
SWC stands for Southwest Conference. And to catch all the exciting news from Lubbock to Houston, Austin to Dallas, and all points in between, this week in the SWC is the place. Wednesday at 5:30 on HSE. From Shack to the Dream. The games that took your breath away. The players who made you believe. Wednesday night on HSE.
Dave Johnson, Desmond Armstrong back at Dallas. And this game, my friend, all about numbers tonight. Lots of numbers, lots of goals, lots of records. Look at those numbers. Shots on goal, 74 by Dallas, a record. Saves by David Teddy, a record, 38. They were just shooting all over the place tonight, Desmond Armstrong.
Yeah, we talked about goal fest, and in order to get goals, you have to have this many shots, and it was like all over the place.
All right, it was a thrilling game indeed. Continental Indoor Soccer League Game of the Week on Prime, brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. When you're thirsty, it's gotta be Gatorade. And by the new Volkswagen Jetta. For Craig Way, Desmond Armstrong, I'm Dave Johnson. Hey, we'll see you next week for the CISL Finals, Game 1. So long from Big D.